phone you're about to listen to is incredibly stupid. Listener discretion is advised.
So, yeah, that's a very understandable thing. I don't think you're wrong. I understand where she's coming from. I see both sides. Your favorite thing.
You're right. I hate that. I really do. I'd rather you just call me an a-hole and get it over with.
No, I don't think you're being an a-hole.
Straddling the fence.
I think you were doing. No, I'm not. I'm telling you that sometimes in life there's shades of gray. What do you want?
Featuring Panama Ted.
I'm a dork and stupid.
Timmy Hall.
I love a good, thin meat.
And a crap ton of random sounds from the internet.
His lower body is ridiculously thick.
You're a little stupid.
Not on my watch.
My butt's sore.
Holler.
I like that laugh.
Welcome to Man and Bone.
Lady! It is Wildcard Wednesday. Bone is at the emergency room. He's got a timeshare there now. Timmy's here.
Get better, Bone.
Hell, he's fine.
He's okay. This is actually scheduled Bone PTO.
Scheduled Bone.
Scheduled.
How you doing, Ted?
Doing good, Mike.
Got a big program today. It's Wildcard Wednesday. That means you, the fine listener, get to contribute to the nonsense of this show. Any question, any topic, nothing's off limits. Well, I mean, there's stuff off limits.
My kind of show.
We'll censor those out. At Man and Bone 971 on X, and text us 614-787-3093. Timmy is in full leather regalia today.
Oh, I am. Do you like the, for folks watching on YouTube, I went with the yellow T-shirt under the black leather.
I like a yellow and black look.
Right?
It's a good crew look.
It is. It's a good crew look. I agree with that.
And the big game up in the land this weekend.
That's true. We want to make sure that we keep stacking these wins. Get Gazdag up to speed.
Oh, my guy. Your Hungarian friend.
Oh, do not fear. The Hungarian is here. We got him. So I'm excited for that, too.
On campus, coming up at 4:46, all the news and notes you need. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer in the 5 o'clock hour. What the hell do we say about this Blue Jacket team?
Boy, fun.
Fun.
It's
yes. Fun. Last night they get the victory that they needed. They had to have a regulation victory in Philadelphia. And the way that game ended, first of all, Jet Greaves, it's so refreshing. This guy's not going to play like this all the time. Even if we happen to have stumbled upon a number one goaltender for next season, he's going to have ups and downs and struggles because he's a human being. But he is standing on his head right now. He is making the most of this extended playing time. I'm so happy to see that. The way that game ended, too, where I take special pride in the Philly fans. It's their last home game of the season. The Philly fans showing their displeasure and booing their own team during the game. And the way that they scored that third goal, where you got Marchenko coming down the ice with Fantilli.
It's Fantilli down the middle.
A little back and forth, and that pass to Fantilli. There's a certain level of skill on this team that we're not used to as Blue Jacket fans. I mean, we've seen little glimpses from guys here and there. But the season as a whole that Marchenko has put together, fantastic.
Oh, man.
Right? The coming out party that Kent Johnson, who had a goal last night, he's got 24 goals on the season. That's refreshing to see,
and then
especially
some of
with the early season struggles last year.
Some of the other components, too, where you've got 5 guys that have scored 20 or more goals.
Well, right. And then you have Adam Fantilli, who I think has all the makings of not just a very good player in this league, but a superstar.
A superstar.
In this league. And if we're being honest with ourselves, there's only really been 2 superstars to put on a Jackets jersey.
Yeah, Rick and
Panarin.
You know, you've had Hall of Fame level goalie.
You've had well, that's true. I didn't factor in.
But I know you meant skaters. But yeah, the 2 skaters. Those are the guys. And he looks like maybe not. The fact that he is just the 3rd guy in those top 3 picks in his draft class over Connor Bedard and how heralded Connor Bedard was. He's the guy to get to a 30-goal season first.
Yeah.
And that's pretty special. And, it's not just Fantilli, but I'm going to go back to Marchenko for a second because you just described that play that made it 3-0 and sealed the deal on the victory and kept the shutout. That is a play Marchenko's probably not making last season, because one of his biggest areas of improvement has been that vision on the ice and has been how he has been able to facilitate. His assist numbers have basically doubled.
Yeah.
Like, that is what has made him into almost a point-per-game guy in the National Hockey League. We kind of saw his offensive skill as far as a shooter early on, right? Even before the points started coming in. It was one of his early games was against the Carolina Hurricanes. I think it was at the end of, what would that have been, the 22-23 season? I think 2 seasons ago, he got the hat trick in a home game against Carolina when the Hurricanes were still awesome and on their way into the postseason. But now, like, you saw more of a complete player from him. And when you think about Marchenko and Fantilli and Kent Johnson and Zach Werenski, who's been here for a decade already, it is just, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And to see someone like Jet Greaves take advantage of this, and I was doing a lot of thinking about that as well, because like you said, you can't take this and know for certain that Jet Greaves will be the guy of the future.
No, but now you go into the offseason with something as opposed to nothing.
And I tell you what, I do feel good about. At the very least, this is a guy that deserves his time in Columbus.
Yes, that's right.
For what he's done.
He's up on this roster for the entire season next year.
Exactly. Barring an injury or he has to rehab and go back down, he's here. And you trust that could be a guy that could handle 18 to 22 starts in an NHL season, depending on who you have as the number one goalie. And again,
or
maybe
could be the number one goalie.
Maybe it's Jet, because some of the saves he was making, I mean, this was not just lucky AHL goaltender is hot from his season and there's some carryover. I mean, he was both the perfect combination of comfortable and amped up and locked in to play that game. How about the glove hand on him too? Some of the ones that he's just picking, the pad saves. I mean, times where it looked like there was a lot of bodies in the crease where he wouldn't have a right to make such a good stop. Everything. It was the perfect game they needed from him, and he was there to provide it.
Your team, too, just plays so much more composed and confident when they're confident in their goaltending.
Absolutely. They feed off of that.
There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Going back to Marchenko and Fantilli, a lot of this stuff is just experience, right? Playing at the NHL level gets you comfortable doing certain things. Mm-hmm. It's that repetition. We talk about it here at the radio station. I feel sorry for some of the people who come in just do shows on the weekends. I used to be that type of guy when I first started my career.
We all were.
And when you're doing just a show on Saturday or doing just a show on Sunday, you're not getting those daily reps. It's hard to get better that way. It takes more time.
It does.
But when you're doing a daily show, you're much more comfortable sitting down, knowing that, okay, I'm here all day today, and guess what? I'm going to be here all day tomorrow. And if you have a bad little moment, that's okay. And trust me, I have plenty of bad little moments. This show right now, bad.
And me being here with it, going to bring it down.
Super bad.
But you know what, though? When you have your time on the weekends, you need to treat that like it is a weekday show. And put everything that you have into that, whether these guys are down in the AHL. You don't think that Dean Evison and this staff is talking to those guys on almost a daily basis to get reports on what some of their players are doing that they have plans for in Columbus? That's happening. So you take advantage of your opportunities wherever you get them in hopes that you're going to impress the right people. And then you get these special opportunities, and then you have the nights like Jets had, not just last night, but in this last week and a half.
There's a calmness, there's a composure, too, about this team. That Marchenko and Fantilli play last night, that led to the third goal. It was so... Earlier in their careers, they would have an opportunity like that. Their eyes would get wide, right? Like, oh my God, I'm going to score here.
Bounce right off of someone's stick.
And squirty, right? Get too excited.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Got too excited. It was right in front of you. Oh my God, her bra's off. I don't know what to do. Yay! But as you get more time, you get more experience.
Yes.
You understand, I do have a chance here. It's one of the many that I'm going to have.
You can find that snap with one hand.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. You're more confident in your abilities. You don't panic. Your eyes don't get wide.
You're like John Stamos with Aunt Becky. You know what to do. and you just look over at her and you say, "Have mercy," and it's over. It's over. You win.
It's over when you want it to be.
Right.
As
I'm
opposed
done, you're
to
done.
the moment taking control of you. You control the moment.
God, we need playoff hockey.
All
Do you
right.
remember what it was like the
speaking of
last
that-
time? How cool it was?
Yes, I remember. Speaking of that, the biggest game of the season is tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And the Jackets aren't playing in it. We'll talk about it next. Colin, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on James Road at Claremont Road. That's south of Livingston Avenue, causing some delay there. We've got a couple minutes slow down due to construction if you're on westbound 70 on the west side between Hilliard, Rome Road, and 142. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus with a home equity line of credit from BMI FCU. Visit bmifcu.org/home-equity for more details.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
If your garage door is so ugly that Google Street View blurred it out, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Bring more fresh to Easter with great deals at Meijer. Savory Meijer's Spiral Sliced Half Ham is 79 cents a pound with M-Perks Limit 1. Discount automatically applied once you enter your M-Perks ID. Buy one, get one free, pineapples or cantaloupe, mix or match. And a dozen Aunt Millie's rolls are just $2.99. Decorate your home and table with Easter decor. And make Easter a good deal sweeter for your little peeps with toys, candy, and more. Hop into Meijer, where Easter is a good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Before you start your day, UDF has already started baking your breakfast. We're making biscuits and croissants in our bakery served with sausage, egg, and cheese before you hit your first alarm. Fresh baked breakfast sandwiches from United Dairy Farmers. UDF. Mornings made for you.
Spring forward, Columbus, with the Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling Services. We're here to thaw you out with this limited time offer. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer is too good to pass up. The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling now together to serve you better with $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer won't last. Call us today, 614-232-2222. That's 614-232-2222.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Bishop and Friends.
There's no way that I could do the delivery stuff when it comes to like protein. I can't be living in a world where my meats are being selected by somebody else. I'm choosing my meat.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Great weather this afternoon as sunshine continues across the region. Temperatures in the mid-50s will drop to near freezing by early Thursday as frosty conditions are expected under clear skies. Mid-60s Thursday afternoon. Small rain chance Thursday night. Dry during the day Friday. High near 80. Shower and storm chances return into the weekend. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Dumb. Very dumb. This is Man and Bone.
It's Wildcard Wednesday. Get in touch with us at Man and Bone 971 on X. Text us 614-787-3093. Bone is out. Timmy is here. Monday, we will have our big announcement. I mentioned this yesterday. Top of the show on Monday. Huge show announcement. If you consider yourself even a mild fan of what we do here.
Gotta listen.
You gotta listen on Monday. You gotta see the baby.
Gotta do it.
Gotta do it. Monday, 3 o'clock. Don't miss it.
That's right at the start.
Tonight. Biggest game of the year.
Oh, boy.
And you're getting a biggest game of the year every single night. Like last night, Philadelphia, biggest game of the year. Tonight, you're not playing in it, but Montreal is hosting Carolina. Biggest game of the year. They've got some sort of political debate going on in Montreal.
Yeah, they did away with it, or postponed?
They moved it up 2 hours.
I'm sorry, yeah.
They moved it up 2 hours so that all the politicians, I guess, could be free to watch the Canadiens.
You know what,
tonight.
though? Good for them. Good for them. It's
They
their
got their
national
priorities
sport.
straight.
They're moving that up. What do they need to try to cover up a hockey game for? Get it out of the way early so they can all enjoy.
Carolina has nothing to play for except pride. I hope that they roll out a lineup that is worthy tonight. But you got to wonder how much of this is seeping into the Montreal heads right now. I heard Jody on the broadcast last night because he was up there on Monday for their game against the Blackhawks, and he was at practice, and he said he was surprised by the pressure that he felt. He could definitely feel it.
It just was something palpable. He could tell it was there.
And that was before they lost to the Blackhawks in a shootout. Now they know that there is no excuse. They control their own destiny. If they get a point tonight, and that really frustrates me that they could, what a way to get eliminated from playoff contention is if they lose in overtime. Or they lose in a shootout.
You know what, though? I understand. That's the situation.
You put
We can't be
in this
too concerned
position.
about that.
I got it. And that's why you go back and nitpick certain games here or there, and an extra point makes a big difference. Here's where we are. After 81 games, this is where Montreal finds themselves. They get a point, they're in. But if they don't tonight, and I'll be watching. I got the package ready to go. I got my ice-cold Coors Light. I'm ready to go. I got a glass in the freezer waiting for me tonight. And I don't know which broadcast I'm going to watch.
You're going frosty mug?
Oh, I prepared for tonight.
Really?
Frosty mug.
Do you not always have
I don't,
glass mug just stationed in that door spot on the freezer?
I don't always think ahead.
I always have a mug in a freezer door.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I then take said mug.
And then don't put it back in.
Don't replace it.
Do you put a little, did you get a tiny bit of cold water on it? kind of wring it out and then set it in there? Is that how you do it? Or do you just put the mug right in?
I just put it in there.
I always
Why? What happens when you put
it just gets a little bit
icy?
a little icy. Yeah, a little extra frost on that. I run it through some cold water.
I don't know if I want to watch the Carolina broadcast tonight or if I want to watch the Montreal broadcast and hear the panic in their voice.
Go with the Canes. Go with my guy Maniscalco. Watch them.
All right. But I'll be watching tonight. And if there's Jackets fans out there that are passionate, I'm sure that most of your local sports bars, if they are good bars, should have this game on the TV tonight.
Yeah, like an R bar, they would have that, I would guess.
But let's say that Carolina does it tonight. They beat Montreal in regulation. Can you imagine the scene that's going to be at Nationwide Arena tomorrow night? Can you imagine? Here's my question to you. If you are a Jackets player involved in this team day to day, do you watch tonight? Or do you just say, I'm not going to put myself through that stress. What's going to happen is going to happen, and you tell me after the game?
I think I'm not watching. If I'm living in this every single day, I think it would be too tough on me mentally to not have it in my control. I think I would just go about my nightly routine. I'd probably watch a show with the fam, and I'd just give it a quick little check. What time is face-off tonight?
7 o'clock.
Standard 7 o'clock. I'd probably wait till 8:45 to check the app, to check my phone, just in hopes I would just give it that glance in hopes that I would see a 1-0 or a 2-1 for Carolina, that they've got the lead. And if not, I'd just shut the phone and try to put it out of mind, because it's like we said before, I don't want to get too caught up in the looking into the past now. When everything happened with this team going back into the preseason, and when what happened and the expectations changed, and this was going to be a very, very tough year for the Jackets for a multitude of reasons, I think and I even said this a month ago, before they even got hot, leading into 6 weeks ago, and that stretch culminated in them winning that game against Detroit, the back-to-backs, the great moment at the shoe. Right there, it felt like they were going to do it, right? Before then, I wanted them to get to the final week of the season, these 2 games, and just have a mathematical chance to make the playoffs.
And here we are.
I thought that would be a really good spot for this club, way ahead of schedule when we didn't think they'd make the playoffs. So here we are. We could possibly get to game 82, and they've got a chance to just do it themselves and get in.
And think about, again, I talked about the atmosphere. And if you've been in there for playoff hockey, you know what I'm talking about. And playoff hockey is a completely different animal. But think about this, too. The entire history of this franchise, not a really long postseason history.
No.
Right? We've all been there. But even with the sweep against the Lightning, we've had, Penguins in here. We've had Capitals in here. We've had Bruins in here for playoff matchups. There has never been a Game 7 at Nationwide Arena. And what you would have tomorrow night is essentially a Game 7. And the atmosphere for a Game 7 is completely different, even than a Game 2 playoff atmosphere, which is awesome. So I'll tell you what, if it happens tomorrow night, I don't have a ticket. I'm going to bust my ass to get over there. I'll use the press pass if I have to.
Yeah. We should just get some tickets. We should just buy on the secondhand market.
Is that easy, Timmy?
Let's just buy on the secondhand market.
Go ahead. You
and sit together.
Pay for them, I'll buy you a sandwich.
No, let's go. You don't want to be with the press pass. We want to be up there with the fans cheering. It will be a special, special moment. I mean,
does that mean I don't want to be up there with the press people, or they don't want me up there with them?
Probably a little bit of both.
Oh, it's both, baby.
Yeah, I think that's a door that swings both ways. But this is something that we got to think back to, 5 years ago to remember what it felt like. And when you do, just getting this taste this week, I think reminds everybody of how badly we want this, how badly we need this, to have had an NHL team now for this long and not really gotten to taste anything great. One appearance in the second round. I went to that Game 6 against Boston too, just in hopes that I would be there for something special. And I know that they couldn't win the series that game, but to be at home in front of their crowd, almost getting to a brink of having a chance to win a second round series, to push their way through to another spot at which they had not yet achieved. I didn't want to miss that. And despite them not scoring a goal in that game, it was still felt good to be there and see the team off that had reached that level. and you're hoping for more, and it hasn't happened. But to remember the buzz in the town when they beat the Lightning that way.
Remember the buzz.
Remember that. And they played well against Boston. That was difficult. Those are all 1-goal games until Game 6. And that was a competitive series, even though it didn't go the distance. You just want this so bad for them. Carolina, please. Calling in all my favors.
Your former home.
All my
you
favors.
You live there.
I got Rod Brindamore's number. I'm texting him. I don't. That's a lie. But whatever you can do. I saw Skylar Brindamore. He's called up for this one. They've got some of their AHL players who have been pretty damn good in their spots in the AHL this year. So
well, this is your time.
It is.
Go out there and play with your hair on fire.
Actually, to lose.
I would rather, if the choice is between a bunch of veterans who are getting ready for a first-round matchup.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And just sort of half-assing it out there.
Or these
guys.
Or
some AHL players that are going to play with their hair on fire because this is their opportunity on the big stage.
Yep.
I would take that.
I would, too. I think, aside from Skylar Brindamore, this other young kid, Bradley Nadeau, he's had a very terrific season for them. So, again, we'll have to see. But I don't take Rod Brindamore as a kind of guy that just wants to lay down and die and just give it to Montreal. He knows the situation too, He knows that that's a team that is going to be playing for their playoff lives. What better way for a team that's already locked in the playoffs to go and see your younger guys group up and get a win like that?
Let me ask you this. If you're the Washington Capitals, and that's who's waiting.
I know.
Right?
I know.
And we just saw Washington. We also saw a stripped-down version of the Capitals, right? Because they're coming off of the drama of the Ovechkin record
stuff. A lot
of
emotion with that.
They've already clinched the first seed in the East and all that.
Terrific season for them.
So they've been great. But who do you think they'd rather play? A Montreal team that sort of backs their way into this.
You know the answer.
Or a Jackets team that all of a sudden has themselves a red-hot goaltender.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got one of those guys standing on their heads in the playoffs, anything goes.
And not just a red-hot goaltender. Not just. I mean, some great players, some guys. I mean, Monahan being back, that's a key thing for this club. But it's just a team that you don't want to face right now. No doubt about it.
Can we do some Wildcard Wednesday next?
Absolutely.
All right, 2 minutes. Wildcard Wednesday. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on Little Turtle Way at Blue Jacket Road that's causing some delay. And we have a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Call 866-323-7529. That's 866-323-7529. Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on. CordellCordell.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by The Waterworks. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system with The Waterworks. Visit online today at thewaterworks.com.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself. Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you, and it's covered by most major insurance. Get treated at one of the Low T Centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
Buy now with pre-tariff pricing at Coughlin Kia. Lease a new 2025 Kia K4, just $195 a month plus taxes and fees. Or choose low 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2025 Kia Sportage or Sorrento. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
1.9% for 60 months equals $18.37 per 1,000 with approved credit through Kia Motor Finance. 24-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents per mile over. 2025 due. Excludes $250 doc fee, $400 disposition fee at lease end. No security deposit. See dealer for details. Ends 4/30/25.
This spring, celebrate the sparkle that she brings to your life with something that sparkles right back. Whether it's for Mother's Day, an anniversary, or just because, Diamond Cellar has the perfect gift for the women who mean the world to you. Visit Diamond Cellar today on Selma Road and at Easton Town Center.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could dump all your problems on someone else's back? Well, when you wake up to a clogged drain or a plumbing issue, make that Mr. Rooter's problem.
Call 855-MISTERS today or MrRooter.com.
Call Mr. Rooter, he'll be there quick.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. Before we do some wild cards, Timmy needs to talk to us about his pee-pee.
Oh, well, there is a thing. There's a 2-letter acronym that you do not want, but sometimes you can get it. Then you got to go.
FU?
Yeah, that too. But I'm talking about ED, E-D, erectile dysfunction. And if you are dealing with that issue of erectile dysfunction, see our friends. They're my friends. They're your friends as well. Tri-State Men's Health. They got 2 lovely locations right here in town, Westerville and the one in Hilliard. God, it's so close to my house. I don't know how I can't go there. So, I mean, ED can be such a bad thing. It's a terrible condition. It causes stresses in relationships. It'll create anxiety, undue hardships on a man, and often their partner as well. But here's the crazy thing. A lot of men will suffer with this without seeking treatment.
Can't suffer,
Don't
Timmy.
do that.
Don't suffer.
Because Tri-State Men's Health is here to help.
They'll get you rock hard again.
They will get you right. They'll get you hard. Yes, you could be doing it the day after your appointment. Just see them at tristatemenshealth.com. Schedule the consult. You get the TMPSA test. If medically advised, a dose. And if it doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. There's your answer. tristatemenshealth.com.
Thank you. Promo code is that noise.
Don't know how you say it, but it's...
You call them up.
The noise.
You hold the radio up to the phone, the receiver. Oh, yes, sir. I know exactly what you're calling about. Pee-pee no working.
They
got it.
They know. Ready?
We were talking in a second.
Okay.
We were talking during the break. Just some, inside baseball stuff about if the Jackets make the playoffs, we then have, as the Jackets and the Blackets. It's my favorite team, the Harlem Blackets. They throw confetti buckets at you. Boop, 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 boop. If the Jackets, if the Jackets make the playoffs,
right,
we have all sorts of programming to air.
We do. And
you mentioned to me when they made the playoffs 5 years ago, they had a daily show that they would run, and it was called what?
The CBJ in 30. CBJ in 30.
CBJ in 30. How long was the show?
Well, in the playoffs, 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
Yeah.
Couldn't we change the name of that show?
Why do that?
Okay.
More imaging, more things. So if it happens here, I want to speak this into existence like it will. Because there's some that say when you start planning ahead for things, then why do that? I don't want to be superstitious
we have
about
to plan ahead for things.
We're a radio station. We have to, yeah. So it would start Friday with sort of a inside edge sounding playoff preview show. So there's what we call in the biz a pretty quick turnaround. Where we're waiting for Thursday night to end and then try to program something for the very next day, which we would put probably right there at the end of the Buckeye show for folks that are wondering. So it'll be a pretty fun Friday night with a lot of excitement if this happens.
All right, Wildcard Wednesday. What do you got, Timmy?
All right, there's a lot of good stuff right here. Let's go to Hubert here. It says, my guys. So Sunday, anything that gets me thinking about the Santa Claus and him falling off the roof makes me giggle because I love that film. So Sunday, you accidentally hit the Easter Bunny with your car and you've got to take over Santa Claus style. So no roof, but hit him with the old SUV. However, baskets and eggs disgust you. What do you drop at kids' homes instead of candy? And what do you hide around town instead of the eggs?
Well, I assume this has to be,
we have
family
to keep it
friendly. We can't just hide Aunt Dill's around.
No, why is it got to go to Aunt Dill? I knew it was going to go to Aunt Dill.
Well, can I tell you something? If we were to have some sort of scavenger hunt here at the radio station, what do you think we'd hide?
One of my neighbor's dogs just found an Aunt Dill on a walk on one of the trails.
What the hell is going on with your neighborhood?
Not really. This was not my neighborhood. This was, the walk was a good mile or two away, but it was off one of the trails.
See, this is what I
some natural
tell T-Bone.
surroundings.
He's like, I'm going to a metro park. You know what happens there?
People do
gross things there. Yes, of course you can go there and birding. It's
There's
wonderful.
no one around.
Look
That's
at the
where you
wild
go.
turkeys. But that's people who are deviants.
Yeah.
That's where George Michael goes.
It's a place for sickos. All right? You get out there, you're like, oh, no one's around here. Can't hear anyone for a mile around. that people go.
You know
crazy.
what I would do? I would do an Easter-themed silver dollar. That's what I would do.
Silver dollar.
Sylvia, would you believe
Sylvia Hatchell.
that I used to have a silver dollar collection?
No.
I'd hide little silver dollars.
Yeah.
You ever collect coins when you were a kid?
Why would I collect
You
coins?
want to talk about a hobby that just ensures that you will never touch a breast?
I collected baseball cards, not coins.
Did you come over and see my coin collection?
Did you collect stamps as well?
No stamps for me. I did like pennies. I had a little book for pennies.
I mean, I don't know. Again, the baskets and the eggs are done, but I'm going to just be like the master of Reese's, and I'm going to give out all of my favorite.
No candy.
No, it just said no baskets and.
He said no candy.
You're right. No candy.
That's why I went with the silver dollar.
Well, you know what? I'm going to drop off copies of my favorite action movies that are probably
that's good.
That are probably not yet suitable for kids, but I don't care because you got to learn sometime.
You also drop them in VHS. And it's on them to figure out how to play them.
Now, why VHS? A DVD's still going to be hard enough.
No.
They don't have any of those anymore.
The old VHS. That's what I want.
Do you remember for a period? So I'd go with like the Taken trilogy, Die Hard, The Matrix. Just, depending on my mood.
See, to
we'd
me,
have a
after
lot of
Taken
different
one,
ones.
there's no point. First Taken, good. Other Takens, don't need it.
Well, I mean,
I don't need it.
I'd still like them to watch. Then they could decide for themselves.
Why? So they could watch, what's her name, Run Like an Idiot?
Maggie
Grace?
Maggie Grace from Columbus.
Well, that's fine. They didn't teach her how to run when she grew up in Columbus.
I also love how they have a 32-year-old woman playing a 17-year-old. Shouldn't there be some kind of threshold for when you can play someone that young?
No, it's like San Andreas. Right? Where the Rock is saving his daughter.
Oh, my God. She's stunning. What is her name?
Oh, you know he did it with her.
Daddario?
I don't know.
What is her name?
The Rock was doing his
Alexandra or
on-screen
something?
daughter off screen.
Don't say that.
Why?
Why not?
Come on.
Why not? But anyway, do you remember that period of time where we had TVs that actually had the slot on the side for a DVD?
Yes.
They probably only manufactured TVs like this for a couple years or so.
That was my first TV that I bought when I moved into my new apartment. When I moved to Columbus, I bought a
flat screen TV.
No, it wasn't flat screen. It wasn't that.
Oh, it wasn't.
But it had the DVD slot.
It still
there.
had the deep back to the TV.
It was small.
I know.
It was a small TV.
They had some, though, that were wall mountable. Now, they were still super heavy, but they had like the side entry for the DVD.
Little side slot.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, they did. Here we go. Big Billy, my Columbus Jerkers. At what point was a friendly wave for letting someone merge removed from society? I agree with you. I'm with you. I'm allowing you to merge in. I'm not asking for sexual gratification. Just a simple hand up thank you. Is that too much to ask? Billy, I could not agree more. I think you go to jail if you don't give the wave.
I'll take it a step further. On my car, I have the tinted windows because I don't like anybody to see what I'm doing in there.
You have to roll the window down a tad bit.
I'm a big nose picker.
Yeah.
Just a fist all the way up there. I'm fisting it.
Well, you have tinted windows, so knock yourself out. Does the collection go on your left kneecap? And then you brush it off when you get out of the car?
It depends. That's
what I do.
Sometimes I flick.
Flick?
Oh, sometimes I flick.
In your car?
In my car. See where it goes.
Onto the dash?
Not on the dash. I'm not an animal.
Well, where's it going to go?
The seat next to me or in the back.
It could stick to the door, the passenger side door.
No, it's not going to stick.
I don't into one of the pockets.
I don't flick unless I'm positive that there's no stickage.
I love how we're talking about picking bugs, but there's a level to which it's not disgusting.
Of course there
or
is.
It is disgusting.
Anyway, there was a situation where I was merging on. Somebody was very nice. They let me in. And I went to wave. But then I realized that this person's not going to see me wave.
Right.
Because my back windows are tinted.
Roll the window
and so
down.
I put the window down, put my hand out, and gave a little courtesy wave. And he gave me a little... And then we went right to the Metro Park and did it.
And you saw some random Aunt Dills laying in the weeds.
Well, I brought my own. Pig!
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Courtesy wave. It's the appropriate thing to do in society. You know who I bet doesn't wave? Teddy. Teddy's not a waiver.
No, Teddy doesn't wave.
That is very untrue.
Are you a waiver?
I do that. Yeah, that is common courtesy.
Teddy only waves to other people that are also walking dogs. He's in that crew where it's just if you're a dog person, you're in his crew. Right, Teddy?
Yeah, they are my people, yeah.
Yep.
I wave too as I swerve and hit their dogs.
The other...
Take it back. Take it back. It's not funny.
What would you do with... How would you help my dog? My dog's
Your dog's got 3 legs, buddy.
Yeah.
It's on a skateboard.
We got to get her right. We're going to get her right here soon.
When's the
as soon as
surgery?
we can.
Can we watch it and throw a junior min in there?
And why? That would be interesting. Watch the surgery on YouTube.
Why not?
See what goes on.
I watch animal surgeries on Secrets of the Zoo.
Well, and we watch that's true. There's I forget. There's this doctor out of Michigan. Sarah watches the show all the time. He's got his own show, and he doesn't do just cats and dogs. This guy does all sorts
Dr.
of
Paul.
Paul. Thank you. Yeah, Dr. Paul.
Old guy.
Old guy. Yes. Yeah, from Eastern Europe, migrated over here, does all sorts of farm animals.
My
right?
guy.
We have to watch that show all the time.
He sticks his hand right in
right
the
up. Yeah.
cow. I mean, oh my God.
His son uses the glove. He doesn't.
He doesn't care.
No,
he
doesn't. He just clips his nails and then he goes.
I don't even know if he does that. He tickles something in there too. They're happy to see him.
My point was though is we watch these. We got dog parents now. They want to see everything. I don't care. Like we drop Salem off at the Camp Bow Wow if we're going on a trip. That's the name of the kennel place that takes care of them. I don't need a video stream. I don't care what she's doing. If she comes back in one piece, we're good. But they want to watch everything, so why couldn't we watch the surgery?
I'm with you.
I mean, that's a serious thing. We want to make sure that's done proper.
A Michigan man throws shade at Ohio State. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 10-minute delay due to the right lane being blocked on westbound 670 near I-70. It is stop and go from 315. And we also have slow traffic on southbound 315 between 670 and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Murphy Tractor. Your job is demanding, so choose a partner who delivers more. At Murphy Tractor and Equipment, they provide John Deere equipment that sets the standard for reliability and performance. Visit murphytractor.com and take your job site to the next level. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
It's Lindsay's one and only trade-a-thon.
We'll trade for anything. Plus, give you $1,000 more for your trade. Choose a 2025 Honda Ridgeline RTL or an all-wheel drive HRV LX or a CRV LX and pay just $299 a month. 3 models with one very low Lindsay price.
Trade up to the reliability of a new or certified Honda.
So lock in your price today. The one and only Lindsay Honda Trade-a-thon is back.
See lindsayhonda.com for details.
Common Man here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Watching big events are more fun at Hollywood Casino. For example, there's this draft thing coming up. Large men get selected to move to different cities and play football. That's all I'm legally allowed to say. Not only do you get the excitement of on-site wagering and camaraderie, there's prizes to win at the Sportsbook. And sign up for Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on the house. Do it now. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's going to audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, Kroger brand bone-in hickory smoked spiral ham is only 79 cents a pound with your card, an additional $25 purchase. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
If you thought 60 was the new 40, I've got one for you. Did you know 85 is the new 1? That's right, 1. Central Ohio's premier lawn and garden center, Oakland Nursery, is turning 85 this year, and they remain Central Ohio's leader in quality plant material and great value. Get into one of Oakland's 4 big garden centers and experience Oakland quality, cultivated over 85 years of serving you. Oakland Nursery in Columbus, Dublin, Delaware, and New Albany. If you haven't been to Oakland Nursery, you simply haven't been to a nursery.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
Hey, this dumb show brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. Bone is out. Timmy is here. Teddy's here. It is Wildcard Wednesday. Please do X us at Man and Bone 971. Text us 614-787-3093. What do you got, Timmy?
Well, Quentin says, my guys, what are the rules of giving up a caught ball at a baseball game? Great question. I'm always thinking about this. Caught one on vacay in San Diego with my wife, Dr. Abby. The ball went over a bunch of kids' heads in the section. I nonchalantly snagged it, seated. Should I have given it up? Says Quentin.
All right, here's the deal. I got many thoughts on this. First of all, nice humble brag. I've been to about 1 million baseball games, never caught a foul ball, so screw you. Glad you got one, but I'm bitter that I never have. I feel like we've gotten to the point in society where everything has to be for the kids. Everything. Right?
I'm glad you went this way.
Where you're a grown man, you've never caught a foul ball before, your hand hurts like hell, right? And because there is a kid in your general orbit or vicinity, you feel obligated. It's almost like over-tipping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We've gone crazy with tipping, and we've gone crazy with make sure the kid gets the ball and has a good time.
Yeah,
well, you know what? Can I tell you something? If you inadvertently take the ball away from a kid, you're in the heat of the moment, you're going for the ball, it's you against the kid, yes, then you give it to the kid.
If it was intended, if a player was pointing out a kid and he's trying to get, but it's a 50-foot throw, let it go to the kid.
I have seen it where a dude catches a foul ball and a kid runs from 5 rows back. Right?
To try to, be the kid to get the ball.
And then people, give it to the kid. And then you're shamed into giving your keepsake to this kid that has no affiliation with you, that was not going for this ball, and just showed up after the fact. I've had it with kids. No more kids.
You know what, though? You have a daughter. What if your daughter's not at this baseball game and that's your intention to give the ball to her?
That's right.
That could be
what
a thing.
What if I wanted to bring it home to my kid?
Right. You could have your child at home. They didn't come to the game with you, and that's a special thing.
Everybody's got to stick their nose in everybody else's business. Again, elbow a kid out of the way, going for a foul ball. Yes, runner goes to the tie. The tie goes to the runner. You give the kid the ball.
There was this bit. I'm not kidding you. We literally watched this before another one of those impractical jokers popped up on the news for all the wrong reasons. But right before that happened, we were watching an episode where one of the dudes has a bit where he's at a Mets game, and Noah Syndergaard is a part of it. And he is just stealing baseball after baseball after baseball. to where he has like 20 of them, to where the parents are just finally so pissed off at him and run him out of there. And he keeps weaseling his way back in to go and catch a ball that's intended for the kid. It was just, it was hilarious like that.
I'm sure you had to see it, Timmy.
You had to see it for it to be funny.
I'm just saying, we spoil these kids, all right? Isn't it good enough that we tell them that we love them and hug them and all that?
No.
It's not?
More.
Okay.
Much, much more. Baseballs, ice cream, everything you can
plug
get.
sheet. Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. Dean Evison will be on Morning Juice at 7:30.
Oh, boy.
He's either talking about a team that's not going to the playoffs or a team that controls their own destiny tomorrow night, which could be one of the biggest games in franchise history. Paul Feinbaum, he is the Pied Piper of the Hillbillies. He will be on Bishop and Friends at 10:30. And guess what's coming up tomorrow on this show?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Me and you again.
3 hours of the show.
Michigan man. This is Brady Norton. He is a former Cal Poly offensive tackle. So he's a transfer window guy. He said he committed to Michigan as soon as he received his offer from Ohio State. Ohio State offered him December 16th, one day after he received an offer from Michigan. Norton didn't like the fact that Ohio State waited until Michigan offered him to give him an offer. So here's what he had to say about the situation. They, meaning Ohio State, called me in the hotel room of my visit here to offer me. Here being Michigan. But in my mind, they texted me before Michigan did really, and then just kind of ghosted me out of the blue. And then all of a sudden, when Michigan offered me, then they wanted me now. So I kind of thought that was a little odd. Then I just came here and I was like, yeah, it's home. F those guys.
Wow.
I took the offer, obviously, but then once I kind of hung up, I was thinking about it and just committed here. I didn't say anything to them, just posted my Michigan commitment, and don't got to talk to them ever again.
Brady Norton.
Hey.
Spurned.
Brady Norton takes it personally, and sometimes there's gamesmanship like that happens, where maybe you're lukewarm on a dude, and then all of a sudden you see, oh, Michigan offered him. Well, you know what? I was lukewarm on him, but if I could screw them over and take a guy that they really wanted, I'll offer him too.
Absolutely.
Brady Norton didn't like the gamesmanship. That's within his right to make that decision. I kind of like this back and forth. I like it. I like when there's guys on both sides jawing at each other, because there's a lot of people out there that want to talk about how this rivalry doesn't mean as much as it used to mean. And I don't know what the hell that means. All right, this rivalry was always meaningful, even when Ohio State's winning 10 in a row, even when Michigan's winning 10 in a row, because you got situations like this that always seem to pop up. Whether it's dudes going to the big house and flipping the bird as they're getting ejected from the game, or guys who are upset they didn't get a commitment from Ohio State earlier.
I do find it a little odd that later in the article, he keeps talking about this, and I'm kind of with you. If you're going to go against Ohio State and that made you feel a certain type of way, you're already there, you're sitting in a hotel in Ann Arbor, you've just probably, minutes or hours removed from getting the tour and meeting everybody over there and seeing the facilities, and you liked what you saw. It's a program that just won the national championship the year before last anyway, despite all the, cheating and all that, buffoonery that goes on there. But either way, he then went on to say that I don't have as much of the hatred and the rivalry in my blood. And he said that he doesn't fully hate Ohio State yet because he just arrived at Michigan.
He said F those guys.
After saying F those guys, and I don't gotta ever talk to them again.
The hate.
But just, you are going to be a part of this rivalry in the next game. So in the next year, the next time they play the game. So just be fully immersed in it at that point. And by the way, the Buckeyes, they wound up getting both a left tackle and a right tackle in the transfer portal, and they wind up with Ethan Onianwa, who is the guy that had the video of the smelling salt. Right? He would bust open in the locker room and go completely berserk, completely crazy. And Phillip Daniels, the other one, who both are really good-looking players. And that was actually a spot on the team where after spring ball, Ryan Day really, really likes the depth that they have there.
Teddy, isn't it nice to work with someone who actually knows things?
That's amazing.
I know. Like, you just threw out those names. Like, you sound like you really know what you're talking about.
Just Buckeye football.
I understand, but you know what?
Just
you immerse yourself in that world.
Buckeye Show.
Yeah, that's
Buckeye
right.
Show host.
Buckeye Show, Buckeye football, Buckeye basketball. I don't know if I'm quite as good as Jack Nicklaus, but
I'm just saying
I do my
appreciate
best.
it.
Oh, I appreciate you,
and
too.
I want to take advantage of your knowledge in the next segment because I want to talk to you about something else you're very passionate about, and that is body odor.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to discuss it next. Colin, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slowdown due to an accident that's on James Road at Claremont Road, that's south of Livingston Avenue. And we've got slower traffic on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Lotto.com. Feeling lucky? Lotto.com has digital scratch tickets, tons of games, and instant fun. Scratch now on Lotto.com. Must be 18 or older to play the lottery. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Hey there, long day, empty stomach, craving hot and cheesy pizza? Get the $5 meal deal at Speedway. 2 big, delicious slices of pepperoni, 3 cheese, or extreme meat, and a Mountain Dew 20 ounce for just $5 with Speedy Rewards. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for details.
Feeling unsure about preparing your roof for spring storms? Newman Roofing is here for you. For over 30 years, we've helped homeowners understand their roof's conditions so they can make the best decision for their home. Stop worrying and call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit NewmanRoofing.com today. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman Roof.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
When you join the plus side with AAA, that's all you'll have to do. Or you could learn to change your own tire.
Hey fam, what's up? Today I'm going to teach you to change a flat. Before we start, make sure it's not raining. Or hailing. Or lightning.
You can have AAA find you the right insurance policy, or you can shop for your own.
Hello?
I'm with Mega Insure. You requested a quote?
Yes, 3 months ago.
You could have our travel advisors plan your dream vacation, or book your own travel. Woo! Panama City Beach! Spring break!
I thought you said we were going to Panama.
Wait, there's a difference?
Skip the hard work. On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. Pay no interest till 2030 plus $500 off your home improvement project. Restrictions apply. Call them today. 614-502-5220. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Let's go to the floor with some late-breaking developments on the markets. Jim?
Up things are down things are up.
Sounds like things
You
are...
don't understand. Right is left, lemons are sweet, spaghetti is cold, the milk is warm.
Okay, but are you seeing anything that maybe smart-minded money people should know about?
Yeah. Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Probably one of the most stable things you can do is an Apex Pros air conditioner tune-up.
Air conditioner tune-ups, you say?
Oh yeah, Apex Pros knows most expensive summer breakdowns can be prevented by getting a tune-up now.
Yes, it's known that a tuned-up AC lowers energy bills, which is important to...
Oh, this is unbelievable.
What, big sell-off? Huge increase?
No, I spilled coffee on my new shirt. Anyway, tune-up save on energy bills, plus make your air conditioner last years longer.
Good to know Apex Pros keeps things stable and predictable.
That's on my pants, too. This is the worst day. This is historic. You know that.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, 70 pounds down. Let that sink in. I'm officially 70 pounds down, all thanks to Awaken 180, and have transitioned smoothly into maintenance mode. This isn't just weight loss, this is life-changing stuff. I've dropped over 13% body fat, my visceral fat points are down by 8, and honestly, I feel like a completely new man. The coolest part, Awaken 180 just doesn't say congrats and then wave goodbye. They prepare you for maintenance, so now I get to reintroduce to myself foods that I love. Pizza, ice cream, very excited about all of that. My mindset's completely different though now. Do I crave junk food? Honestly, no. Can I eat those things now? Sure. Will I? Absolutely. But the difference is I no longer feel like I need them all the time. And Awaken 180's free support for life means that this weight's staying off. My body's now working for me instead of against me. I'm finally at my healthy baseline weight. I feel awesome. Change your mindset, change your life. Awaken 180 made it happen for me. And if it can happen for me, it can 100% happen for you. Check them out online at awaken180weightloss.com. awaken180weightloss.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Blue Jackets playoff hopes once again ride on what happens tonight with Montreal hosting Carolina. Columbus needs a hurricane win in regulation to stay alive, which would then allow the Blue Jackets to clinch the playoff spot with a win Thursday in their regular season finale at home against the New York Islanders. Cleveland Guardians in Baltimore playing the second of their series with the Orioles tonight. Guardians trying for a second straight win. Cincinnati Reds trying for a fifth straight win, hosting Seattle this evening. Columbus Clippers at home at Louisville tonight. Football, Cincinnati Bengals today signed quarterback Logan Woodside to a one-year contract. NBA play-in tournament continues tonight with a couple of games. Miami at Chicago and Dallas is at Sacramento. This update brought to you by RCD RV Supercenter, located in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We tried unplugging and then plugging them back in. It didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Wildcard Wednesday. Timmy's here today. On Monday's show, this coming Monday, we're going to have a big announcement. I am not overselling. I will not underdeliver. It will be a big announcement. Will you like the announcement? I can't tell you that, but there will be a big announcement on Monday. Start of the show, 3 o'clock. If you have a meeting, cancel it. Be here.
Yeah. Before you go on to the thing you teased, can I get you another wild card in there? Let me go man's droopy sack. My guys, RFK Jr. has decided that fast food needs to be banned. Gone. It burned. But he's not going to
ban it.
He will allow each of you to keep one item around. What are you keeping? He says he would keep Taco Bell open and making cheesy gordita crunches.
Okay, but that's just one item. You can't just say Taco Bell.
Well, he's picking one Taco Bell item.
Cheesy gordita crunch. If you can only do one thing, man, that's a good question.
You hit one. We were talking about this late last week. We both love them. I lived off of them in college. I would have one every day to keep me strong.
McDonald's double cheese?
Double cheese.
But again, we're just picking
McDonald's double cheese.
We're picking one. Just one. I know how much you love a McNugget, though.
There's the one.
Or
that is the one that I can see in the fight.
Would you just go with fries? Would that be the one that you keep?
No, I don't think it would, because I had one of those. There was an app deal. We did a Mickey D's on Sunday night, and I got to have everything with which we're talking about. I did get a Sprite that turned out to be a water.
We did discuss this.
But the nuggets were so good because you have an expectation to get a hot, crispy nugget. You know you're not going to get it every time. And you can't bitch and moan about it when you don't, right? I guess you could.
You can.
I'm not going to be the one that's going to, go home, find out, and then get on the app and write a complaint. Unless something went horribly wrong with the experience or the order, maybe you do that. But the nuggets that I got that time just made my heart happy. I just was watching the Masters, eating some hot, crispy chicken McNuggets. They didn't even give me my soda. I didn't care. They were that good. And then I finished with the double cheeseburger.
So what's your answer? What's your answer?
I think it's double cheese. I think it's the double cheese. It's a close call.
Did you let that double cheese sit for a little while?
I ate the nuggets first.
Usually,
I did what you said.
I'm the type of person, I like to eat the food right away. And when people bring it back to the radio station, you do this sometimes. Where you come back, you got your little bag, right? And then you put it on your
distracted.
You put it on your desk and you leave for like 20 minutes while that food is dying. You are not respecting the food
I know.
in that bag.
Sometimes you hop into a meeting and you don't get to the lunch right away.
You don't
like
get food right before a meeting. You got to plan your eating, okay?
I know. I got to plan better.
You don't get food and let it die. It just steams in that bag and your fries are dead, Timmy. They're dead.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry.
All right. What was I saying?
Oh, what's your pick?
But the
double cheese?
But the double cheese, if you let it sit in that wrapper and you make that the last thing that you eat.
It steams it a little bit because it's that wax paper wrapping.
Even more, that bun gets nice and fluffy.
Oh.
The cheese melts perfectly because sometimes you're just throwing it right on there, cheese not melted. You need to let that steam. Steam it,
For my money, it's the best fast food burger. The best one that there ever was.
I'm not saying I would pick this thing, but it would sadden me to know that there's no more White Castle hamburgers in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love White Castle. I don't eat it as much as the other ones just because geographically I don't have a White Castle close to me.
Where's your closest up there? They got to have one on Sawmill, right?
No,
Sawmill area?
There's not one there.
Really?
No. I'm trying
Nowhere
to think, what's
in that
my
mess
closest
of
White
Dublin
Castle?
establishments on the Sawmill or 161 is there a White Castle. We have the one on Hilliard Rome Road. It's been there for
That's the
a
closest
long time.
one to me.
What?
That or Marysville. There's one in Marysville.
Oh, wow. Man. You know what also is disappointing that we didn't talk about? The Skyline Chili by me shut down. Just closed.
No more Skyline?
No more Skyline. On Hilliard Rome Road. Gone. Dead.
There's a lot of competition out there, Timmy.
I think it was more of a dispute with the landlord, and they tried to jack up the prices on him where it wasn't going to work for the business. But
sons of bitches.
I mean, it's already decked out and dressed up as a Skyline Chili. What good is it just to let the building go to waste? It's perfectly good. Every time I went there, it seemed like people were there and enjoying themselves, sucking down chili dogs.
You'd go around and
feel the mood.
pass out a survey.
I'd ask people,
Are you enjoying yourself? Are you the franchisee? Nope, just a concerned citizen.
Oh, no, I wouldn't ask. I would ask the patrons.
Would you?
We don't call them customers. We call them patrons.
Would you
at
like some
Skyline.
oyster crackers? Yes. Do you work here, sir?
No,
I don't.
I'm just a
very
concerned
passionate
citizen.
I'm a Hilliardite. I like Hilliardite. Hilliard.
I'm a Hilliard boy, and we want to make sure that you're doing well.
Good, clean boy.
Yeah,
that's right.
Me and Ryan Baker, we love to make sure everything is tip top in Hilliard.
I want to talk about body odor. By the way, my answer also is double cheese. McDonald's double cheese.
Burger King's.
Huh?
That didn't make any sense.
No, not Burger King.
No.
I hate Burger King.
I was trying to be folksy.
No.
Burger Guys. Then it came out as repping another establishment for which we don't want to save any of their items.
There was a situation in tennis, women's tennis, and I'm not going to name names because I don't remember them, where one tennis player complained to the referee that the other tennis player stunk so bad.
Yeah.
That she needs to go and put on deodorant.
And she was getting her butt handed to her.
Right. She was getting her butt handed to
tennis
her.
Player.
But again, perhaps the stink was preventing her from truly reaching her excellence.
Maybe she made up the stink. Maybe she was being that poor of a sport where she didn't stink and was just making it up.
Could be. And then she got a bunch of heat online like, it's none of your business, people's personal preferences.
Nobody's business but their own.
Right. Listen, looky here. This may be an excuse. I have no idea. I mean, we can settle this by talking to the line judge, the ball boys / girls there. I'm sure they smelled it, right? But don't you owe some sort of responsibility to your fellow competitor to take care of yourself from a hygienic standpoint? I'm not saying everybody has to smell like roses all the time, but let's just say, hey, I'm playing basketball. I'm the big guy in the paint, right? And I'm Jared Sullinger. I got my big ass in the paint.
You're banging in the post.
I'm banging in that post, right?
You're down there and you're banging.
I just decide for a little gamesmanship, I'm going to take a dump before the game, and I'm not wiping. I'm not wiping.
Disgusting.
Yeah, of course it's disgusting.
Or wash.
Of course it is.
So the whole basketball, it's just going to be shared around.
That's my personal choice, right? You can put your hands on me if you want, but you know where I've been. Don't rub your eyes. I'll give you pink eye.
I'm not Bob Costas. Stay away from me.
But if you smell so badly that the person across the tennis court is impacted by this smell, shouldn't that be against the rules?
Yeah, I don't even think this goes to a sports sense. I think this is a humanity sense. If we're living in a society, when we go out and we're around people, whether we go to work or even at the start, when we go to the gym, whatever, like you've showered at some point recently, you're wearing deodorant.
Let me tell you a little story about my friend Timmy here. When I first met Timmy, you had a little bit of a gland problem.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, Teddy, you remember this, right? Where he would come in
sweaty pits
and just huge sweat stains on the pits, like not even doing anything remotely athletic, just dripping pit sweat.
It was anxious sweats. And I know I'm not the only one. Like that's something that a lot of people go through where if you're nervous about anything or stressed out, it shows under your pits. You wish you could sweat that out somewhere else, but it has to show there.
Now, you actually were very conscious of this, and so you would take precautions where you weren't smelly, but you were sweaty. To the point where I gifted you deodorant.
Not just any deodorant.
Mitchum. I said, this will clog up those pores, baby. You'll never sweat again. And then what happened? You sweat right through that Mitchum.
And then it would just be...
Couldn't help you.
Thick and creamy.
Viscous.
Because you've got
a creamy pit sweat.
You basically have white paint. You've got a coat of primer on under your underarms.
A deodorant made by Phil Swift. You needed like Mighty Putty or something under there. You actually wound up getting the surgery.
What was the... What's the product called? Flex Seal or whatever?
Well, he's got the screened-in door that he's using as a boat.
Hey, nothing gets through. That's a terrible impersonation. All I can think of is the previous guy that just screams at you the entire time.
You got the surgery to remove your sweat glands.
I did. That was the only thing that helped me. It was called Miradry back in the day. Maybe there's still a thing, but it was a radio endorsement. I did this probably 5 years ago, give or take. And for the most part, it did really well. It helped. And they even said at the start, like, it's not going to 100% knock them out.
Oh, it's
a serious
been a big
reduction.
Difference.
And they did even tell certain customers, we will do a second one. I didn't want to do a second one because it wasn't there. I mean, there is going to be some slight discomfort after the procedure is done. I mean, they got to go in there with some pokey needle things and do the job. And so there's like a week's recovery time, and it's a little uncomfortable. So I didn't want to do a second time, but it did the trick.
So my point, though, is that you were a very sweaty guy, but you never smelled because you took precautions to make sure you didn't stink.
Oh, I was always showered, and I always deodorant.
This is not a sweat problem. All right, these tennis players, they're sweating. It's gross. I got it.
It's a stink problem.
It's a stink problem. There are things you can do, even if you're sweating, to minimize your stink. And this tennis player didn't even have the common courtesy to use some Lumi on her private.
So it goes, right? That's at least how the story goes. Now, I would hope that even if it was true, maybe this didn't have to get out this way, but she was pissed off. She was getting beat, and she told the line judge.
This chick smells.
She was like Rocky out there.
My
Stinks. She stinks. Whole place, whole court.
I can't
stinks.
get any oxygen. All right, this is the time of year when nothing changes, but everything changes. I'll explain what I mean coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slower traffic on southbound 71 on the north side between Weber Road and 17th Avenue. And there's a couple-minute delay on eastbound 33 between Post Road and 270 on the west outer belt. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. CenterPoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1. The Fan traffic.
Can I get Mega Millions?
Good choice. Mega Millions is bigger than ever. Jackpots now start at $50 million and grow faster.
Sounds mega.
And now, every game has a built-in multiplier, so all non-jackpot prizes are multiplied between 2 and 10 times.
Bigger prizes, better odds, and just $5? Give me 2.
Mega Millions is bigger and better than ever. Get your tickets today at your local Ohio lottery retailer. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You know, my wife and I picked out a beautiful A-frame porch swing with a nice covering on it. We can sit out, get shade from the sun, watch our kids play in the backyard. We're reclaiming our backyard, and we're doing that with Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. You can do that, too. Their spring open house event runs now through April 19th. Some of the best savings of the year on poly furniture, play sets for the kiddos, whatever you need to complete your outdoor space, you'll find it at Getchy's in Dublin. You can also see the selection at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. Once again, that's AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle and Market District. Find everyday savings and bargains on produce, meat, and more. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting long-term lower prices. With our weekly sales, deals for days promotions, and My Perks loyalty program, Giant Eagle helps make the most out of every shopping trip. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle and Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll hear from former Buckeye Maxwell Moldovan coming off his first pro win. Check in at this week's tour stop at Hilton Head and visit with Dave Shedlowski of Golf Digest.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Steel, walk behind, zero turn, and stand on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy out there, but fair skies and plenty of sunshine. Temperatures running in the mid-50s. Overnight will fall back down to the low to mid-30s, and that means some patchy frost in the outlying areas. But during the day on Thursday, with mostly to partly sunny skies, light winds and a warmer finish back in the mid-60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. On campus coming up at 4:46. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer at 5:30. Timmy is with me today.
Yep.
And it's Wildcard Wednesday. What do you got, Timmy?
Yes, it is. Let's go, Sean. My guys. Which athlete would you trust the most to babysit your kids?
Gabby Thomas.
For a weekend.
Gabby Thomas.
Gabby Thomas.
And then I would do
Why? Mike?
I can't. I can't believe I walked in here with a robe on. No, that would scare her away.
No,
are you kidding?
Don't be doing that.
No, I'm not doing that. I just want to ogle Gabby Thomas. Ogle? In my house.
Yeah.
That's all. And I wouldn't let her know that I was there ogling her. I'd be very discreet about my ogling because I don't want to make her uncomfortable. I would just simply, as you do, I think it's a polite thing to do, set up hidden cameras around the house.
Like Meet the Parents.
And then when she's gone, then you watch the footage and
just watch.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't do any of that. These are jokes.
In my house.
Stop it.
So.
You can't do that, man.
Come on, Teddy.
Oh, it's off my Teddy. You can't do that, man. That's what Jared from Subway did.
Who'd it be for you, Teddy, to watch the dogs? Pete Rose from the Great Beyond?
To watch the dogs. Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
You think Joey Votto's good with dogs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know that for a fact, or do you just look at him and say, that's a dog guy I just trust?
Look at him.
What about one of these actors from the Humane commercials that I see? Like the Will and Grace guy. He's doing the please feed this dog.
Is it celebrities
today.
or is it athletes or what are we doing?
It says athlete, but I don't care if you pick a celebrity. You could switch it up a little bit.
Tony La Russa.
But he's a cat guy. He's not a dog guy. Tony La Russa's always making love to cats.
Okay. Well, I just don't.
And you're assuming that the love transfers to dogs. It may not. Some people are just cat people.
Well, absolutely. I mean, some are both, but there's also a very clear divide in what your preference is, cat or dog. I didn't know La Russa was a cat guy either.
Oh, Google La Russa and Kitty, and you'll see some of the funniest photos. You think they're doctored, but they're not. It's just him hugging little kitties. Was I lying?
Yeah. I mean, there's like 6 good photos that just... What has he got? A nice calico right there? Maybe so. I think I would have Tyvis watch Jack for the weekend because I know him and I can trust him. There's an athlete I can trust.
Tyvis would be a good babysitter. Because he's on the same mental wavelength as a child.
I think they would play Xbox together. They would actually have a really good time.
Yet he's also very responsible. Tyvis does not drink.
No, there's no alcohol.
There's none of that. He's a very clean boy.
But as much as he yaps about the diet and wanting to be better, he does have a lot of junk food around. So I might have to say, like, not too much candy, Tyvis.
But isn't it okay if you have a babysitter to allow the kid to eat some things that maybe they normally wouldn't eat?
Look, I'm not gonna cause a big fuss about that. If you take the kid out for ice cream or if you ask, I'm not gonna say no to that. So I guess in a way I'm kind of with you.
Now,
Let's have some fun.
See, now you're talking about take the kid out for ice cream. I would not allow Tyvis to drive my kid because I've seen Tyvis take videos of himself driving while eating a burrito.
All right, now this is just sort of a thing that's gotten out of hand where Tyvis is purposefully making smaller, tighter burritos to try to prove that he can eat a Chipotle burrito while driving. And I'm telling you, like, maybe there was one person when we had this discussion 2 or 3 weeks ago on Twitter and X that said, oh, I've done it before. I mean, it's like 99%. People, friends, strangers,
There's
family.
no way you can do it
I've floated
successfully.
this out. No one
You
would
can
try.
do it and make a mess.
Oh, it's just a disaster. If you have black beans in that burrito, what's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to the pico de gallo?
Even if you keep it wrapped in the foil,
doesn't matter.
That rice falling all over the place. There's no way.
If it's a good thick burrito, and how do you do it? Like when you're at Chipotle, when you don't quite get as much of an item that you want, do you politely ask, or do you just let it go because you don't want to say anything?
I let it go.
A little bit more, please.
No, I let it go.
Just a little bit more.
I don't say anything. I also do not correct them if the ingredient is wrong.
What I do...
Because I often get white rice even though I ask for brown, and I over-enunciate on the brown. Brown
rice.
But sometimes they just have it in their head. Oh, here's Fatty McButterpants. He wants the empty calories.
He wants
here's
the white rice.
Here's some
with
white
the
rice. Right?
It is better. Yeah, it does taste better.
I think the brown rice tastes better.
No, I think the white.
It's got a nuttier texture, and I feel like they cook it better. It's more al dente.
You like the thick. You like kind of the.
I like a textured
texture,
rice.
the crispier almost.
I want to feel it on my tongue.
Oh, feel the rice kernel,
the granules.
Yeah, it's not really a kernel, is it? It's a granule of rice.
I don't know.
My trick that has always worked for me is before we get to the ingredient, I just say extra. And then the ingredient. And they do a good job of supplying that.
Well, yeah, but then they charge you accordingly.
No. They only charge you extra if you get extra meat. They're not charging you extra if you just want a little bit more rice than what they initially put in.
Are you getting a bowl or are you getting a burrito?
Corn. I've been doing burritos lately, I was out of the burrito game for a long time, but Ty was talking about it, made me run back to the burrito. But when you
ask for extra, don't you see that they have a problem rolling the burrito properly?
I don't care so much.
What do you mean you don't care so much?
I want them to just do their best. If the burrito falls apart, well, then I say good job on you.
No. That's BS now.
I want it to be a good, thick burrito. And if it falls apart,
most of the time I want a burrito, but I look the person in the eye, and I can tell just by how they're looking at me if they can wrap a burrito properly.
Well, some of them do struggle just with the process of wrapping the burrito. Maybe they're new there, and they got a lot of turnover in a job like that.
If I see a new face or I think they're overwhelmed, I just preemptively say bowl, even if I want a burrito.
Yeah, but that person on that side is not the person on the other side that's even doing that job. You know that.
No. Let me tell you something. When you're an early-ass person like I am,
it's
and
just
you walk in there at 10:45 or 11 o'clock, there's usually one person on that line doing everything. There's one person, and then there's a cashier.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
You would know because you are there right at open time.
And also, Chipotle, we're talking about you. Here's a lot of publicity for you. If you say you open at 10:45, I expect you to have all ingredients ready for me at 10:45.
Oh, what's missing?
I walk in there. It's like, can I have some honey chicken? We're 10 minutes away from honey chicken. Well, that's your problem. I got here when you said you opened. There's nothing on the door that says, oh, honey chicken, 11 o'clock for honey chicken.
10:55 for honey chicken.
No, I want every ingredient ready for me.
Have you tried that chicken or have you not been able to taste it yet?
I do like the honey chicken.
Oh, that's pretty good. I had that in my burrito last week.
All right, let's talk about some things that always seem to change this time of year, even though nothing has changed. And that is draft stuff, NFL draft stuff, where all of a sudden this player's good, this player's bad, and nothing has happened since the end of the college football season.
Sure, this guy's falling down the board.
I read something today that NFL scouts now are down on Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah. They hate him.
Where many of them don't even have a first-round grade, let alone number one overall pick on Shedeur Sanders. Look, I said when the season was over, during the season, I wasn't a fan of this guy as a number one pick. I wasn't a fan of this guy as a first-round pick.
And
I was shot down in a blaze of glory.
I've been there with you. I haven't been super high on Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders to be, locked down.
But everybody
5-6 years from now, they're still starting with their drafted teams.
They're both top 5 picks. How dare you? Nothing has happened except their pro days where they're throwing it air, and they've only looked better. Nothing has happened. Yet I'm seeing pieces about Shedeur Sanders can't play, Cam Ward can't play, and all of a sudden now, this big, large guy from Louisville. What the hell's his name? The Louisville quarterback? Oh, they're drooling all over him.
What's that guy? What's Louisville's name? Becoming the hot guy. What's Louisville's name?
Tommy Chong. I don't know what his name is. He's just a big, hulking mang. He's out there. Oh, he's the real quarterback in this draft.
You get caught up with size and stature. It's that point where you're in between when all these pro days and when everything happened, the end of the college football season, and you just got to fill the air with things to talk about. And then everybody is sort of going back through their notes and trying to figure out maybe some things in the players' personal lives that don't quite match what they're about. Maybe some stuff leaks out. We see it every year, right? What was it with CJ Stroud when he was going into the draft.
That he
they
took
were focusing
the
on some
Wonderlic test and he was an idiot.
Maybe it wasn't the Wonderlic or it was something else, but they
the
thought that it
modern
was
equivalent
dumb.
of the Wonderlic.
Yeah. They thought that he wasn't going to be able to read defenses because of how he scored on a certain test.
Daddy,
but he didn't wind up dropping either.
His name's Tyler, and I don't know his last name. It's
this is great.
Shao or Show.
How do you not know his last name?
Shuck,
He's the number one quarterback in this draft.
I don't know how to say it. I've never heard him.
I think it's Shuck.
Shuck?
Shuck?
Really?
I do.
Shough?
Because
Shao.
the Florida basketball player who
Bobby Hebert.
Bobby Hebert, Justin Herbert, Her. No, but Florida's basketball player's last name spells out Haugh. How would you guys say that?
It is Shuck.
It's
Shuck.
I've listened to
I done
people talk.
I done told you it's Shuck.
Yeah, Timmy's right.
I done told you.
He done told
it's
us.
Shuck.
Well, he's Shuck in Louisville, right? And he's been around. He's been around to some different places, right?
Ryan Day is still causing some person out there to have nightmares. We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should beware of an accident that's on westbound 270's off-ramp to Cleveland Avenue, and that's on the North Outer Belt. And you're looking at a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Is your concrete cracking? Is your uneven walkway dangerous? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the concrete lifting experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself? Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of our conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you and is covered by most major insurance. Get treated at our centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
That's are us. When dreams don't end, that's are us. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH. That's are us. When dreams don't end, that's are us.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
If you've ever sprained a thumb because you can't get this dumb garage door to open, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing harder than Common Man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
It is Wildcard Wednesday. Bone is out. Timmy's here. Don't worry, Bone's alive. He's just vacationing.
He was excited about going to a Buc-ee's. He was telling me it's the largest Buc-ee's in the country, whichever one that is.
Vacations at gas stations.
Just goes to the gas station.
That's going to be his hobby. When he retires, he's going to be that guy who just travels around to different gas stations.
You know what? I respect it because someone was asking this on for a wild card. I hear you guys say, I love a good all the time. Do you ever have any, I love a bad? I would say I love a bad action movie. I think Panama Ted can agree because he likes every movie, and there's no way every movie can be good. But
Nicolas
sometimes,
Cage, yeah.
Yes, that's
a good bad.
That's
Teddy,
a
speaking of that,
great guy to throw out there.
I was flipping around the other day. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
Face Off?
Face Off was on.
You watched Face Off.
I've seen it recently, too.
I got to tell you, buddy. Yeah. That is a horrible movie. It's just that scene when they're in the church, they have the shootout in the church.
He makes that face.
It's so bad, Ted.
It's great.
It's painfully bad.
It's good. Take his face
Come
off.
It's so
the
bad.
Boat, when they're on the boat and they're fighting.
Man.
They were chasing each other. Then they jump on them together. And then, it's great.
When Travolta harpoons him at the end and he lets all his emotion out and he's just like, die!
He's cutting his face.
He starts to cut his face off of his head.
That's interesting. I love a bad what?
What's a bad? I guess, like you said,
Girl.
Cage, a bad actor.
I love a bad girl.
I've been a bad girl.
Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
What else would be? I love a bad. I like an overripe banana.
He's a bad seed. A bad.
I like
dude.
a really soft banana.
I mean,
ripe, overripe.
I like
rotten almost.
I like a bad golfer because then I can be better. Like in my group, someone that I can
take
beat,
their money,
beat like a drum. Someone that thinks they're better than they are, but they're really bad, and they maybe talk some trash that I can easily handle.
All right,
that's
Ryan
that's
Day
good.
is still giving Oregon head coach Danny Lanning. I don't want to call him Danny Lanning.
He sounds like we should Ohio his last name and throw an S, like Dan Lanning's.
Lanning.
Yeah.
Nightmares about what happened in the Rose Bowl. He says, after the game's over with, you're like, okay, how do I make sure that doesn't happen again? Ohio State's an unbelievable team, really well coached. Coach Day did an unbelievable job this year, but they're going to have a ton of guys drafted. They had a lot of success. So are we. We had a lot of guys going on to the next level. There are things they did in that game that we didn't prepare our players well for. That's the part, like, can you take the medicine? Can you figure out what didn't go right? He's not exclusive to this. I mean,
a lot of coaches have to go through this.
All coaches lose sleep over games that were played years ago. I didn't talk to Ryan Day about this last week, but you don't think Ryan Day, in his mind, just random times, doesn't think about that Georgia game and how close he was to winning that game? Or the last games against Michigan?
Of course.
Of course he does.
I mean, did you not see his face after they did lose that game to Michigan? Because he knows in that moment that he's not going to be able to get that out of his mind.
You think you just
until
go
they
home and
play
have
another
dinner with
game.
your family after that? No.
No, it's not normal.
So that does not surprise me one bit that these coaches lose sleep over this.
I did look, he had a couple of clips in there where he said, like, I'm not making any excuses. And you know what? For the most part, I respect it because you're on somebody's podcast. You are going to get into some of the inner workings of college football, and you're going to talk about some things that maybe do sound like excuses. But he always came back and said, as much as we can discuss this and as much as we can talk about maybe making some things better for everyone in college football going forward, we had a game to play. Yes, we had and that's where I'm getting at. They did discuss the long layoff, and I'm not even going to say he's wrong in that fact. I do think college football has a lot of work to do as far as getting the calendar right.
It's the first year of the system.
But you know what, though? We had a lot of time to set up the first system, and it's just classic powers that be to not get it right when you've been deciding to move to this forever and you have a chance to set it right from the beginning and you don't. And in the second one, things that we were yelling at you about, you then come back and say, oh, you know what? That's right. That was stupid, the way we seeded that. Yeah, why would we have crappy football teams getting the 3 and 4 seed and getting buys when we don't even have them ranked in our top 6 or 7 teams? Like, there's some simple things, but as far as the gap between when your conference championship is, waiting that long like we used to do in old-timey college football, they want to ramp this up. They want to get that week 0 thing going so they can sort of streamline the championship season and try to get as much in as they can by New Year's Day.
Let me toss this at you. I was thinking about this the other day. We're thinking about ways to reward these teams that finished with, air quotes, better regular seasons instead of just having them sit around for an extra week.
Or 3 weeks in Oregon's case, and then they faced the hottest team in college football, and you saw what happened.
What if, God forbid, we actually would move the bowl games around? What if Tennessee and Ohio State, that first round game. Now, I like the way it worked out for us. Don't get me wrong.
December 20th or something like that. Yeah.
What if that were the Rose Bowl? That was in the Rose Bowl. And Oregon was sitting waiting for their home site playoff game.
Right.
That's their reward.
Right.
Is you have to now go to their place as opposed to them sitting at a neutral site when you just came off of a big home victory.
I like that. I do like that idea. Or the other thing you can do, because we know that the sticklers at the Rose Bowl are not going to go down.
Hell with them. Then you know what? You're done.
Right, the hell with them. What you could do possibly is if college football still wants that to be a thing and that you want it on New Year's Day, you just slot that wherever you are. Maybe we get to a place where I don't think it's going to be that early because we were in the third week of January for this first one? Were we like January 20th or January 21st?
Yeah, you're right.
So you're talking about 3 weeks, you move it up. But again, maybe so. If you could just get right to your playoff football right after conference championship week, because Dan Lanning mentioned the NFL and how smooth that system has worked. Even though they chose to add a team in each conference, it's still relatively the same system. It's just that one less team gets that first round bye. Ramp it up, and then maybe the Rose Bowl becomes a semifinal every year. I think most people would be accepting of that. I think you would want that pageantry and that scenery to be a part of one of your big college football games, whether it's one of the first ones
but you also have
or one
to
of the last ones.
Figure out what's more important to you, the pageantry or the quest for, maybe it's fruitless, and I say this all the time, ultimate fairness.
I think fairness is what you're going for, but if there is a way that you can have both, and that's either every year a semifinal game and then you play your national championship game on the 10th, or if that becomes the national championship game every year and you just finish in California.
Why can't you just do away with the buys? Everybody plays, the first week, basically. So then you don't have to worry about that.
Well, the buy is a good reward,
Well, then if you get a buy, you're going to have extra time. And that was what he was complaining about, the extra time.
Just 1 week, though. 1 week's time, not 3 weeks. One. That's just having a nice bye to regroup and reset and get some more practice time.
Well, as we continue to expand this, too,
they still complain about it.
They want to. I mean, you got to get rid of the conference championship games then. Right?
I think.
I mean, they become meaningless at some point.
I think there's a way where they would still have those, but get right. I don't know what happens to the Army-Navy game, but you know what? They can figure that out on their own terms. Maybe they got to move that up, too. So that's in championship week.
Well, look, I enjoy that game. I'm not going to poo-poo that game, but are we really going to
move it up a week, though,
have the entire college football schedule revolve around what the Rose Bowl wants to do and Army-Navy?
No. Again,
it's not right.
I'm throwing these things out there because these are the discussions that are had, and they have to deal with those things when it's been a part of college football for 100 years or close to it. You just want to ramp this up, and every year that you do this, you want to get closer to fairness so you can create the best games and the best matchups. That Oregon team simply should not have had to play a team as good as Ohio State in their first game.
But they did.
They did, and they got their butts beat.
And they lost. And Dan Lanning is waking up, sweating all over himself. All the news and notes you need as we go on campus. Coming up next, Colin, Man, and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. And you're going to hit a 10-minute slowdown on southbound 315 from Lane Avenue to Town Street. This report is sponsored by COSI, Center of Science and Industry. Calling all Star Wars fans to COSI. Unofficial Galaxies opens on May 10th, one of the largest Star Wars fan collections in the world, with iconic characters, legendary ships, costumes, and so much more. So get your tickets now at COSI.org. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Do you realize making the minimum monthly payments on your credit cards, it'll take nearly 20 years to pay them off? What if I told you there's a way for you to get them all paid off in just a matter of weeks? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Imagine wiping out all of your credit cards. Here's where you go. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending is the easy button for tapping in to hundreds of thousands of dollars in your home equity. That's not the bank money, it's your money. Listen, your home, the value is way up. And now AFLcash.com has a super fast, hassle-free program that lets you turn that equity into cash. People who do this are living their best life, their credit card debt free, with cash left over for other stuff like home improvements, maybe a vacation. See how much money you can get now. Go to aflcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Say goodbye to greedy credit card companies. That's aflcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax, and not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's going to audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
My name is Paul. I'm 58 years old. I lost 45 pounds thanks to the Awaken 180 program. Before Awaken 180, I was drinking Pepto out of the bottle at night to go to sleep from heartburn. I was struggling getting up and down the stairs, like tired all the time. And I didn't know that's how it wasn't supposed to be. I just accepted that's how my life is. And then one day I said, it doesn't have to be this way. I made a decision to change my life, and I chose Awaken 180, and that was the best choice I ever made. I needed support. I'm a person who needed support. Awaken 180 provided that support for me. They changed my relationship with food. I changed it with their guidance. That was the whole thing. I had to change my relationship with food. And I learned how to eat. I learned healthy fats. I learned all about sugar and what it does to me. And I just learned a new way to live.
A change Paul and I both needed, and we received with Awaken 180. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Teddy?
Yes.
This ain't one of them.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's a shame.
Timmy's here. It can't be one of them.
Nope.
No, never will be.
Dead before it started.
Timmy's also going to talk to you more about your testosterone level.
Yeah, because, we know that Tri-State Men's Health, they are experts at treating ED, erectile dysfunction. They are also experts in the low testosterone game. You see, if you're like many of the men who are low T, you might have been experiencing some things. Maybe you've been putting on weight. Maybe you were less productive in the gym.
Yes.
Sad or depressed.
Always.
Poor sleep patterns.
Oh, my God.
Getting up a lot, or you can't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are falling asleep too easily, that lack of energy when the show is done. You want to hang out with the family, but you're crashing out.
I fall asleep on my drive home.
I know that's dangerous.
Sometimes,
We don't want that.
No.
So we want ace shots from Tri-State Men's Health. They're quick, they're painless. All you got to do is go to tristatemen'shealth.com, take a simple low T quiz. It's just a couple of minutes. Yes, no answers, 10 questions. They'll get you right. The cost of that appointment is $99. You get the T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Ace shots. Eow, and it's done.
You going to tell them how to get in contact with them?
I said tristatemen'shealth.com.
Oh, I thought
in the read there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
tristatemen'shealth.com.
Tell them Common Man and Timmy and Tyvis and Marty Brenneman.
Everyone else.
And who else?
Everybody loves
Everybody.
it. The Queen loves it.
Oh, yes. Shoot me in the ace.
Jack loves it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Gary Player.
I don't understand. By the way, I did
Stop not understanding it.
Gary Player did an interview with Chris Russo today.
You heard this?
I didn't hear it. I just saw
something.
I saw someone post.
You seen something.
That Mad Dog Chris Russo ended the interview with Gary Player by telling him to stay alive.
Stay alive, my friend.
He's 89. I think that's good advice.
Well, how old is Jack? Is he also? He's got to be
Jack's not 89.
89.
But he's in his 80s. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he
How
is.
old is Jack?
I'm going to say 88.
Yeah. No, I'm younger than that.
He's only 85. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Don't age me like that.
Sorry about that, Jack. I will tell you, though, Jack and Barbara, they did not seem to love the fact that they're thinking about how this is the 50th playing of the Memorial. They kept doing a lot of that. Don't remind me.
Oh, because
it's been a
makes them feel old.
lot of years. Makes us feel a little bit old. I get that.
Yeah. All right, on campus.
Common Man and T-Bones. On campus, the latest college sports news and notes.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Timmy!
Oh, well, we didn't get to talk much Nico Iamaleava and what's happening with his market in the transfer portal right now. The popular Tennessee quarterback that's not a Tennessee quarterback anymore because he tried to renegotiate his deal. Tennessee said, well, there's the door. Best of luck earning that out there. A popular sports radio host, Colin Cowherd, says that he was told moments ago Nico is going to go to UCLA. Family is claiming it's not about the money, and it's about the Vol football offense.
You know when it's not about the money? When you realize you're not going to get the money.
Yeah.
All right? This is like that line in Seinfeld where Costanza thinks he can get a better deal for the television pilot from NBC. So he holds out for less money.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like this could go down as an early case of a popular guy coming up as a recruit, and the reports were somewhere in the neighborhood of like an $8 million, maybe $10 million total NIL package for a career there. Leaves, maybe isn't getting all of what he was expected or what was promised.
Spin this any way you want.
Yeah.
All right, this was about the money, and they're going to make it out like it wasn't.
Yeah, and now he's talking to, UCLA and Tulane and trying to get as much as he can get out there, but this is pretty wild what's going to go on with Nico Iamaleava, the former Tennessee
I don't like that
quarterback.
name. I've changed his name.
What do you got for him?
He's Rocky Maivia.
Okay.
That's who he is.
Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia.
Yeah. ESPN reported recently that his camp was seeking a new deal worth $4 million annually, which would double his original deal. And now, he's just trying to get as much as he can. So I was looking at the CBS Sports article. Again, if Cowherd's saying what he said, UCLA was on this list of 5 possible landing spots. That's one of them. So a Big Ten spot. USC is another one.
First of all, Cowherd wasn't the only one saying that.
He's not
Pretty
the only
much
one saying
everybody
that.
on the left coast was saying that.
Notre Dame was a pick here, North Carolina, and also Oregon. So those were 5 spots. What did you think of these 2 popular former college football stars that are getting ready for the NFL draft? And if you don't believe everybody, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter will still be top 5 or top 10 picks, unless the Sanders slide is real. But they are both having their Colorado jerseys retired.
Too soon.
Too soon, indeed. A lot of people are quickly pointing out what their records were. I mean, yes, Travis Hunter is a Heisman Trophy winner, so that one stands. That one's a little bit different. But if you don't have Cordell Stewart's number retired at Colorado with everything that he accomplished there, to be doing that with Shedeur Sanders some people are saying this is a little bit iffy right there, but that's what Colorado is choosing to do.
I love the way you say Colorado.
I know.
You're not going to change? I don't want you to change.
I'm not going to change it.
But everybody else, it's Colorado. For you, it's Colorado. Like you're coloring
I go lower. Like it's a box of crayons. It's what I see. It's how I've always said it.
It's like when you say high school. You say high school.
High school.
You really
high. It's
high.
a high. It's high and it's school.
Got it.
And I've been told that that's wrong too. So high school. I quicken that thing up. And going back to what we were just discussing a little bit earlier in the show about Louisville's Tyler Shuck. Are you aware how long this dude has been in college football?
Well, he's been at multiple places, hasn't he?
Oh, multiple places, but the number of total years. So he was at Oregon, then he was at Texas Tech and at Louisville over 7 seasons.
I believe it.
And he's had a broken collarbone. He's had a broken fibula. Is that the bad one? Is that the thick bone, the fibula?
I think that's one you don't want to break.
That's the bigger one, the one that you don't want to break.
He's going fibula with tibia?
Tibia, but fibula. Tibia, fibula. I'm reading Fibula.
But tibia, that's a different bone entirely, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the tibia is also next to the fibula. One's the smaller bone in the leg.
Are we a bunch of stupid idiots?
Or is that the femur? Is that the big one?
Where's Talia? Where's Talia Shire? Rocky's wife. Is that also in your leg?
She passed away long ago, right?
No, she's alive.
Oh, really?
I think.
Maybe
her character, Adrian, died.
I'm just thinking of the movie, how Adrian died, and like the first.
Is it Talia Shire? Is that how you say her name?
I thought it was always Talia Shire.
Talia. I think it's Talia.
She's 78 years old and still alive.
Yeah, she's kicking.
Good for her.
Come on.
There was another.
Cuff and Link.
I don't know why I was getting her confused with the woman who was in The Shining. She passed.
Shelley Duvall.
She recently passed.
Yeah.
Different gal.
They both had the same sort of helpless look in their eyes, both of them.
Well, when, I wouldn't say Rocky wasn't running around trying to kill her. Paulie was really bad to her.
I hate Paulie.
Jack,
one of the worst all-time characters,
Jack
Paulie.
was running around trying to kill her.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to kill her.
Jack Nichols. Not Jack Nichols, Nichols' son.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Jack Torrance in that movie.
Fat Boy Food Tap coming up next. Colin, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And there's a couple minutes slowdown on northbound 315 between 5th Avenue and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Bo Bishop here. High Bank Distillery Co. is the most awarded distillery in America at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle, or the 3 restaurant locations in Gahanna, Grandview, or Westerville. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Can I get Mega Millions?
Good choice. Mega Millions is bigger than ever. Jackpots now start at $50 million and grow faster.
Sounds mega.
And now, every game has a built-in multiplier, so all non-jackpot prizes are multiplied between 2 and 10 times.
Bigger prizes, better odds, and just $5? Give me 2.
Mega Millions is bigger and better than ever. Get your tickets today at your local Ohio lottery retailer. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Spanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shame practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
10 West Broad, Columbus. CordellCordell.com.
Sometimes you don't realize something was bothering you
until it's gone.
That's how you're going to feel
after we work our magic at your house.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
And today, Pella's excited to announce our 100-year anniversary.
Cut! Leslie, you accidentally said 100 years.
Not an accident, Wilson.
What?
When you do the windows that look the best, you tend to stick around for a while.
I can't compete with that. Buy from her.
Get the windows that have been around for 100 years. The windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Spring forward, Columbus, with the Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling Services. We're here to thaw you out with this limited time offer. Get up to $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer is too good to pass up. The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling now together to serve you better with $2,000 off a new complete furnace and AC system. This offer won't last. Call us today, 614-232-2222. That's 614-232-2222.
Picture this. You walk into a Tim Hortons and get a warm toasted English muffin or a buttery biscuit layered with fluffy fresh cracked eggs, melty cheese, and savory sausage or bacon. Now imagine that breakfast sandwich for just $3 when you buy any size coffee, hot or cold, because when you're running on empty, you want a breakfast that does more than just fills you up. So start your morning with Tim's, because you deserve a breakfast that's as good as your day is going to be. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Offer valid only during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Additional terms apply.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels now with a 5-game winning streak to keep their hopes alive. The Blue Jackets now must hope for something they can't control. Columbus needs a Montreal loss in regulation tonight against Carolina. If that happens, then the Blue Jackets could claim the final Eastern Conference playoff spot with a regulation win tomorrow at home against the New York Islanders. Cincinnati Reds strike for a 5th straight win as they continue their home series tonight with Seattle. Cleveland Guardians shooting for 2 in a row. They're in Baltimore to take on the Orioles tonight. Columbus Clippers at home with Louisville. NBA play-in tournament continuing tonight with a couple of games. Miami at Chicago, Dallas at Sacramento. From college hoops, Michigan 7-footer Danny Wolf declared for the NBA draft today. Doing the same was Duke's Con Knueppel. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss with a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews. The choice is clear. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Does excessive amounts of Prozac make your sack droop down to your knees? Asking for a friend. My friend's name is Mike. Back to Droopy Sack and T-Bone.
I saw that McDonald's today.
What are they doing?
Well, they confirmed the return of the snack wrap in 2025, but didn't we already have this? Bone and I have been talking about this for a year. They've been putting this back into circulation.
You guys are huge on them, right? I was never gaga over a snack wrap, but it's nice to have the option.
But it's a night. People enjoyed it. God forbid you make your loyal customers happy by bringing back a favorite when you pretty much have every ingredient that you need to make it already in the building.
It's true. You just need to cut some of them up in a different way. It's just, what's the crispy chicken? Little lettuce and tomato with a little drizzle of ranch?
No, there's no ranch.
There's no ranch at all?
I mean, there's they have different versions of the McCrispy, whatever the hell they call it. There's one with mayo. There's one with like a spicy sauce that I think tastes like Robitussin.
Spicy sauce no good?
It's got a weird aftertaste to me.
Well,
I don't like it.
That's not good.
And again, I'm probably weird, but if I'm going to McDonald's, I want a McChicken, not a McCrispy.
Oh, yeah. I want the OG. The McCrispy is the super expensive one, the one that tried to compete with Chick-fil-A.
So I know
just
it's
be
not
who you are.
Not the whole breast. I get it. And I'm having pressed up lips and asses in my chicken.
That's
I got it.
Whatever.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's a cheap chicken sandwich.
Fat Boy Food.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets. Visit metalsupermarkets.com/Columbus for all your metal needs.
Oh, hello. Hey, Timmy is going to do a little taste test for us today. Well, you brought in some stuff for us all to taste test.
Yes, I did.
You gave one to Paul Keels, too.
Yep, I
did. Even though he just took his and ran away.
Well, he's going to be enjoying himself in about 30 seconds because these are going to be good. I was in the club today, Sam's, with my Plus membership when all the riffraff couldn't be in there with me. Easy shopping.
Why do you say that like that's such an exclusive thing, your Plus membership?
I get to shop in the store when no one else can.
They didn't give you an invitation. You just paid more.
How do you know?
Because I know you. And I know how they operate.
I could have been invited.
No one's inviting you.
They see how much they're always asking me things when I check out, how much more if I would want to get this credit card.
Asking you.
They want me to keep up in my membership. They want to just.
Of course they do. They say it to everybody.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
They're like, oh, Rachel Maddow's here. Maybe she can up her membership.
I'm one of their top customers, and they all know that.
See, Ted's already eaten.
Ted, how is it? So
this is fantastic.
What we have is the Fat Boy S'mores ice cream sandwich bar. For people that know this company, Sam's has some of their products in the past. We have tried their traditional ice cream sandwich, and they are the best ice cream sandwiches in the game. For me, they're a square-shaped ice cream sando. The ice cream is rich and creamy. It's one of the best cookies that I've found, but this one, I mean, I'll read to you what the box says. Unapologetically awesome ice cream sandwich layered in levels of yum, premium marshmallow ice cream, graham cracker wafers, dipped in a chocolatey coating, rolled in graham crumbles. How good.
I don't say this often.
Do you need to take the pants off?
I don't say this often. Yep. It's fabulous.
Let me go.
It could be up there with a double caramel Magnum ice cream bar, which is my favorite ice cream bar of all time. But this could be up there with it. I'm not saying it's better. What do you think?
Oh my God.
Good, right?
I mean, does this capture the essence of a s'more, which is the whole point? But the way that, see, I wasn't sure texture-wise if the ice cream was going to be as thick. You know the level of thickness that you're getting with that ice cream when it's a solid frozen ice cream sandwich. You almost have like the teeth marks on the edge of the vanilla ice cream when you're done taking a bite. And I have no mind biting ice cream too. I will do that.
What does the whole box run you?
This whole box, this morning when I got it, was a couple dollars off. This was $10.
How many in there?
For a box of 12 bars.
Great deal.
Isn't that amazing?
Fantastic value.
One of the best ice cream bars you're going to find.
Terror-free.
These Fat Boy guys, this company, I think they're out of Utah. I think when we looked this up the last time we were doing it, does it tell me on the box here where they're from?
Who cares?
East Richmond, Utah. There we go. Let them live. Oh.
I just put it all in my mouth.
Oh, my.
They are fantastic. I finished mine already. It's great.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Would you eat more than one of these?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would. It might make me a little sick because too much,
on.
you know.
They're not that
too much
big.
ice cream.
Teddy is Mr. Portion Control.
But I would eat a second one, yeah.
Those are good, Timmy. Where's Fish? Having sex with himself in his office? I thought he was going to come down here and taste with us.
Did you see what he gave us?
Yeah. This is
Plug sheet?
No,
What do you think about
we already
that?
did the plug sheet. He gave us a human skeleton diagram.
The femur and the tibia and the fibula.
Because we didn't know what the fibia and the tibia and what the difference was.
I think I can get 1,000 on this one, though, too. After giving it a glance. I think I can do it.
You're not getting 1,000 on this.
You don't think?
No.
I think I could. Teddy, what do you think?
What would I get on it? Or what do I think you would do?
What do you
well
think
on
we will get on this? You think like with the states we did we did the 50 states.
Maybe. Do you have the names and you can just take
yes,
those?
Yes,
so you have the names. You just have to place them.
You would know Ulna, ULNA. No way you'd know Ulna.
Yeah, maybe 50% of them you get.
Oh, I hadn't seen that one yet.
I hadn't seen it.
I'll have to take a good guess.
Ulna.
You would fail this test.
Who's Ulna?
Isn't that where you get makeup at the mall?
What?
Ulna?
Ulna Beauty Salon?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What did I tease? Oh, Fat Boy Food Tip. We did it.
We're
already.
in it. We're in it.
I got more stuff for you.
Yeah.
You ready?
What do you got?
First of all, it
Eat
is.
this. Go ahead.
No, you eat it. It is Wildcard Wednesday. You know what? I'm all hopped up on cinnamon swirls.
What? Oh, you have your thingy up.
Text us 614-787-3093. Getting a lot of questions on the burner phone today about the hoodie that I'm wearing. If you're watching this on YouTube, you've seen the hoodie. Teddy, I'm surprised you didn't mention anything about this hoodie. Because normally, I don't wear wrestling memorabilia.
I got the Hitman.
But this is a Bret the Hitman Hart Japanese wrestling hoodie.
That's pretty rare.
That I got from this company called Roots of Fight. I'll tell you what. I buy more crap off of Instagram than anybody in the world. They will feed me these ads, and I keep buying the stuff.
Word to the wise, though, for people that do that, and you do this. But
I do it.
I would suggest when you are getting hit with the Instagram ads, you don't just click on the Instagram link and go to town. Verify it. Look at the site. Look at the brand that's offering you that deal. Then go right to the brand. No, I don't get scammed.
Did you accidentally buy some knockoff Polish sausages? Black market.
They're bad.
Oh.
Those are the bad sausages. You want to make sure you're going with Omaha steaks. Don't go with Topeka steaks. That's going to be bad for you. But no, there is a built site that is a carbon copy of Fanatics. Like people out there, this is no news to anybody. There are scammers. It's billion-dollar business out there. They're doing it. They're building sites from top to bottom that look exactly like it, simply designed to give you a great deal on a jersey or whatever. And I had to catch myself because New Era, makes not just hats,
now,
but
do
they make
send
apparel
you
and
trash,
everything.
or they just steal all your information?
I think they're just waiting to get the payment, and that's it.
Oh, so they don't
Simple
even
as
send
that.
you like a knockoff version of what you're supposed to be ordering.
I think you're seeing the great deal, and then as soon as you put that payment info in or give them your PayPal, they're like, well, thanks for the $50 or thanks for the 100 because you're going to buy 4 or 5 jerseys at that incredible price. So just go right to the site. But that is a nice hoodie. I did not know that was a Bret the Hitman Hart when I saw it.
Roots of Fight is the website.
It looks comfortable.
I actually saw, they fed this to me on Instagram, but I saw Austin Ward wearing one. And so I said, that's a good-looking hoodie.
And he is a huge wrestling guy.
Got a different color. I thought it would be amateur hour if I got the same exact one.
He's got the same Hitman hoodie.
It's a different one. Different design.
Different brand.
Different design.
What wrestler is his giving a shout-out to?
It's the same. He got a Bret the Hitman Hart one as well. But they have all different sort of wrestlers. It's they got some Jesse Owens stuff on there too. Jackie Robinson stuff. Muhammad Ali. And wrestlers.
I am due to splurge on an item. I would say it's been since the fall when we were all kind of going gaga in the Mitchell and Ness phase.
They took all our money.
I need to see that Bulls white pullover. I don't see it. I need to see it.
You seen it?
No, I want you wearing that before the end of the week. That's a great item. You don't ever wear it. What a shame.
It's very loud.
I don't care.
The listeners will care. They just hear vinyl rubbing against.
I didn't think about. We got a quiet host over here, and you're just whooshing all over the place.
Charles Barkley is laying down the law. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a 20-minute delay due to construction closing the right lane on westbound 670 approaching I-70. It is stop and go from Leonard Avenue. And we've got slow traffic on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and 315. This report is sponsored by Murphy Tractor. Your job is demanding, so choose a partner who delivers more. At Murphy Tractor and Equipment, they provide John Deere equipment that sets the standard for reliability and performance. Visit murphytractor.com and take your job site to the next level. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Need a new heating or cooling system? Booking a free in-home estimate with Logan Services is easier than ever. In just minutes, you can schedule your appointment on our website. It's fast, simple, and hassle-free. Book a time that works best for you. We offer appointments throughout the week and on weekends. And next-day installation is available now. When you need help, we're here for you. We're the home of fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Hey, living with chronic pain, it's like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa, walking on pins and needles. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you love and enjoy. Like the spring, it's getting warm, whether you want to golf, whether you want to hike, whether you want to bike, whether you want to play pickleball. You're just trying to get by. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter here. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. Finally, calm that debilitating joint pain in your knee just like I did. Maybe it's your hip, your shoulder, your back. Don't miss a beat, no surgery or long recovery. I'm done with getting cut on. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back. A life healthier, free of harmful meds. That's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. You could be a candidate. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus to find out how easy it is. They've got offices now in Canal and Grove City, so call 380-208-4544.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Common Man here. I've told you about my friends at Sell for 1% Realtors. I am back to remind you that if you're thinking about selling your home, it should not cost you 6% to do it. Their premise is almost too good to be true. They sell your home for 1% commission, not 6%. That's it. I had to check it out for myself, see if it was legit. I met with the family-run business here in Central Ohio. They will give you everything you expect from any realtor for a whole lot less. This is full service, not discount. They literally do everything that a realtor who charges you 6% is going to do, and probably more. They can do it because they use today's technology, which has made the realtor's job easier, taking photos, signing documents on your phone. And instead of keeping their prices the same like everybody else does, they pass the savings on to you because they know you're going to be happy with the service. Tell a friend, they get more business. Oh, what a novel concept. If I knew about these guys 10 years ago, I would have saved a boatload of money. On average, customers save about $10,000 in commissions. If you're selling, give my guys a call. 614-451-6616. Sellfor1%.com.
He shoots, he scores! It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
The Buckeye Show.
Jeremiah Smith.
He should probably be on the cover of Yankee Sports.
Absolutely.
Like 100% probably will be on the cover.
There's no curse for that, is there?
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Spanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shame practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Bright, breezy, and dry, albeit a little cool on this Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Overnight will fall back down to the 30s, and that means some patchy frost, mainly in the outlying areas. During the day, mostly to partly sunny skies, light winds, and a warmer finish, back in the mid-60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
If Biggie Size was a radio show, this would be it. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer is coming up at 5:30. Huge game tonight. The Jackets aren't even playing in it. Montreal and Carolina. If the Habs get a point, they can lose in overtime. They're in the playoffs. Jackets are out. But
that's all it takes.
If Carolina beats them in regulation, that sets up an epic matchup tomorrow night at Nationwide Arena, where essentially the Jackets control their own destiny.
But they have to win in regulation.
That is correct.
As well.
Overtime victory does nothing for you.
Nothing at all, which would make for a fascinating scenario that we can touch on with Rimmer, but you don't see it a lot in hockey, where you could be in a tie game and you will pull your goalie.
That's right.
You will pull your goalie.
And you should. That's the right move to make.
Of course you should. Yeah. Question is, at what time do you do that? Like, when do you get that opening? Do you try to go for 3 minutes of that, 2-minute mark? Like, what's the bread and butter zone
how about this?
To go and do that?
How about this? So Montreal loses tonight. Jackets tomorrow night over at Nationwide. Islanders. Tie game late in the third.
Mm-hmm.
You need the regulation victory.
Of course.
So you pull Jet Greaves. But instead, he's been so good, Jet Greaves. So good. Instead of putting an extra skater on the ice, you just have Jet Greaves play offense.
In his hockey gear.
Right. Yeah. He's just there with his big goalie stick.
Takes a smack with a giant stick.
And he hits a slapper and wins the game.
Statue for Jet.
Oh, instantly.
Yeah.
Instant statue.
Man.
Wildcard Wednesday. All right, what do you got, Timmy?
All right, so Nuck Guy Butt, always with some good ones. My guys, your wives pass away from eating too much gas station sushi, and you each have to make each other's online dating profiles. What would it say? Turn-ons, turn-offs, quotes?
Well, you do me first.
Favorite positions?
Start with me.
Well,
how would you describe me to someone who may want to get in a romantic relationship with me?
I guess I would be kind of writing it as I was you. I would say, hello, my name is Mike Riccardotti. I have had a somewhat successful broadcasting career, and I am at the point in my life where I'm looking to love again.
Okay. First of all, that's wrong. Well, you already got it wrong.
You're making the dating profile, so you must be looking for love again.
I'm not looking for love. I'm looking for evenings of pleasure.
That's a good point. You're right.
If my wife dies, I'm never loving anybody that's not her.
I'm not looking for marriage at this point.
Right.
I'm looking for a great time.
I just want to have friends with benefits. That's what I'm looking for.
I am looking for someone age range
young.
Late 20s to early 60s.
How am I the same age now? I'm 45.
Yeah.
No, I'm not late 20s, early 60s.
Late 20s to early 60s. Must have a rockin' hot bod. Must love cool temperatures.
Yes, absolutely. Must.
And Must be comfortable because I sleep in the nude.
I don't sleep in the nude.
But I do now.
That's disgusting. Must be comfortable not going anywhere.
Yes, correct.
Must like my basement.
but not in that way that you might assume.
No.
It's a very, very nice finished basement.
It's a good basement.
Must like listening to 90s alternative rock.
That's right.
And watching sporting events with no volume.
Uh-huh.
And
QVC.
Must enjoy having fast food at least once a week.
All right. Here's what I would do for you. Timmy Hall on the scene. Hello, my name is Timmy Hall. The good thing about me is that I can also pass for a woman, depending on the day. So if you've ever been bi-curious.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
Whatever strikes your fancy.
Right? If I'm freshly shaven, you don't know.
Right.
Until
the
love stick extends itself.
Don't ever say that again.
I'm up for some stuff. I like adventures.
I'm up for a couple of things. Not too much.
You know, I like I like to complain as a sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like competitive complaining. If I can find someone who can complain with me, that's like the ultimate turn on.
Am
I lying?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty great.
Must like college basketball.
Yeah.
And all that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Traveling for college basketball, all of that.
For you, I would also add must love pizza.
Oh, absolutely.
As much as I do.
Also, can you throw
pizza
in
isn't one of your top 3 foods, we should just stop this right away.
Can you also throw in must hate my parents? I know you don't know them yet, but you must instantly hate them.
Won't they anyway? Won't they automatically?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to put that in there.
Are we mentioning our children? Like I have an 8-year-old daughter that has to go in the mentions, right?
Yeah.
Just like you have a 13-year-old son that has to go in the mentions.
I do. But do we want them to feel any kind of pressure over that?
No, but I think they should be aware of the situation.
With kids? What would we say? I mean, there's no real. I mean, they're not babies.
That's true.
You're not going to have to change them or anything. Nor would we ask. I mean, as we started, for yours at least, it's purely physical.
Yes.
I might be looking for romance and another companion. With yours, this is just
a companion. I wouldn't mind.
For you, I'd also say must be comfortable never sleeping in the same bed with me.
Absolutely.
Preferably just going home at the end of the night.
Oh yeah.
So I can be alone.
Get out of here.
Also must be willing to not talk when I'm not ready to be talking anymore. So I can have some peace and quiet.
I like this.
Must hate all the things.
Teddy knows both of us very well. What would you put? You're writing out my dating profile. Kristen's dead. All right, God forbid. Kristen's dead. What would you put as me?
What do we miss?
Well, how about just must love like radio, you know? Do they need to?
Why do they have to love radio?
Because that's a big part of your life.
That's what I do. It's not who I am.
It's what you do.
I hate radio. I'm here.
Must hate the White Sox.
Yeah.
Love hate them.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Love hate Chicago
I love them
sports.
so much that I hate them.
How about has to sound like Kristen's voice?
Has to be okay with that. Has to be okay being mocked.
Mocked, yes.
On the air.
Yes, doing the voice.
Yeah.
You've got that. Jerry's got the hello. It's a little bit like that.
Who's Jerry?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh.
Who's Jerry? must like Seinfeld.
Must like Seinfeld and understand all dumb references.
Must love Field of Dreams.
Absolutely.
To a point where you can forget a reference so badly, you ask who the lead character is.
During intimate time, when your face is about to melt, you must yell out, "You are guests in my corn." You're guests in my corn. All right, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is moving to ESPN next year, and he says he's not doing any other shows.
I wouldn't think he would have to.
He says, we're not doing any of those other damn shows. I want to make that perfectly clear. It's an honor and a privilege to work for ESPN, but I'm not going to be going on First Take, Get Up, Sports Center, Pat McAfee. That's just not going to happen. That was my first gripe. Hey, man, you got the pull. Lay down the law.
Doesn't he? I mean,
lay down the law.
One of the other things I read in that article is that Turner, even when he goes and does this, he's still going to have a partial deal with Turner.
Evan Turner.
With ET.
Oh, how you doing?
What? Thank you, ET.
Yeah.
ET, though, what sports do you have that you would even have Charles back on? Maybe other than the match, those golf entities that they do from time to time. He's not going to go in there and yap about baseball.
Tournament.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Tourney time. You know what, ET? I like it. That's right. That's right. I like to hum that too, ET.
Mm-hmm.
Gets me excited.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer. 2 minutes from now. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Slower traffic is causing a 15-minute delay on northbound 270 on the east outer belt between 670 and 161. And you're going to hit another 15-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between I-70 and 17th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Lotto.com. Feeling lucky? Lotto.com has digital scratch tickets, tons of games, and instant fun. Scratch now on Lotto.com. Must be 18 or older to play the lottery. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. Metal Supermarkets is your convenience store for metal. Visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself. Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of their conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you, and it's covered by most major insurance. Get treated at one of the Low T Centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Wait, Leslie, what is that dude doing over there at that window?
Well, that dude is Chase, and Chase is making that window look perfect. We're sticklers on detail, Wilson, both in our showroom and definitely in people's homes.
Chase, be careful. May have spilled some coffee over there just a bit ago.
Oh, he knows. He seems to work a lot more when you're around, Wilson. Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, Columbus, Jeff Rimmer here, back in Columbus for a little hockey and to visit my good friends at Buyers Volkswagen. Whether you want to buy, sell, or service your next Volkswagen, Buyers has all the options. Browse their entire inventory online at ColumbusVW.com or visit one of their friendly Volkswagen brand specialists. Or for more personal touch and exceptional experience, it's awaiting for you right there at Buyers. Come see why it's better to buy at Buyers Volkswagen. They're by the airport.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone's name dropping with the biggest name dropper of them all, Jeff Rimmer.
Sponsored by Buyers Imports by the airport.
He is the legendary voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets. It's name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, Rims.
Good afternoon. How's everybody in Columbus?
Anxiously awaiting tonight's game between Montreal and Carolina up at the Bell Center. So give me your thoughts on what happens tonight, Rims.
Well, first of all, looking back a couple of nights ago, the Chicago Blackhawks pretty well, aside from maybe the first 10 minutes of the hockey game, totally dominated. And I noticed they won again the other night. Hey, this is a tall order for Montreal because they seem to be choking at the wrong time, which is great. Great for the Blue Jacket faithful, which I am a big part of. As far as tonight's game is concerned, I'm kind of a little concerned here because the
Hurricanes.
The Carolina Hurricanes, led by Rod Brindamore, they are going to rest a number of their frontline players, and they've called up a number of players, including Brindamore's son, who will make his National Hockey League debut.
Yeah, Skyler.
But what I'm hoping is that Montreal, who do not want to make the biggest choke ever, do one more choke tonight and allow the Blue Jackets tomorrow night on home ice to beat the Islanders and qualify for the playoffs. I might add, Mike, I've been telling you for quite some time the Blue Jackets would make the playoffs. So I'm very much confident this will come to fruition.
Well, Rims, I'm actually looking at the lines for the Hurricanes, even taking into account everything of what you said, because I do see some of their younger guys. I see Brindamore slotting into being the center on the third line for them tonight, which that makes sense. Bradley Nadeau, another guy they called up on a fourth line there. But there are two former Jackets sitting right there, sitting pretty, and Eric Robinson and Jack Roslovic. And, Svechnikov is on their top line, Taylor Hall. They still got some of their dudes in there. This wouldn't be, in the sport of hockey, right, there's a better chance for something like this to happen, right? We had the situation where the Kansas City Chiefs just decided not to play, and the Bengals got no help, and the Chiefs were down like 4 touchdowns right away. I feel like this is a much better chance in the sport of hockey for the Canes to go and do this.
Let me tell you, and you're right, obviously Jack Roslovic can have an input. He's had an outstanding season, for sure. And just a couple of nights ago, we talked about the Blackhawks. There were certainly a few players that had ties to Columbus, none bigger than Nick Foligno, and he was well aware of Columbus and some of the hockey fans reaching out to him and saying, hey, you can help us out here with a victory. And Nick, I thought, had a pretty strong game, and was out there for one key power play goal, and they had 2. So, yeah, why not Eric Robinson and Roslovic tonight? Help the Blue Jackets secure that final playoff spot.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the Airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
Absolutely. Talking to Kevin King, who might be one of the biggest Blue Jacket fans that I know. Talking to him earlier on today, telling me first and foremost, just a beautiful day in Columbus, a little bit of a breeze, temperature in the 50s, and guess what? Perfect weather to start thinking of purchasing that new car. Gone is the salt, gone is the snow and ice. You want that new car for the spring and summer, head to Buyers Imports by the Airport. They right now have a tremendous selection. I mean a tremendous selection. A lot of cars are on the lot, ready for immediate delivery. Selection, colors, styles, available to you at Buyers Imports by the Airport. Looking for an Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen, Subaru, or Mike's favorite, the Polestar, head to Buyers Imports by the Airport.
I love a good Polestar. I said this earlier. I want to get your take on it. If I'm the Washington Capitals and I'm sitting back tonight, I have one result that I want to see. I want to see the Canadians win this game, or at least get a point out of this, because I don't want any part of the Blue Jackets and a hot Jet Greaves in the postseason. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And for me, why wasn't Greaves up here earlier?
I don't know. That's why I was going to ask you next.
That's a question, too.
It's obvious he was on the threshold of being an everyday NHLer. He's got the contract, a one-way deal for next year. You know what he could do. Elvis has struggled in and out. And I know you kind of jokingly say that I don't like Elvis. I certainly do. But Elvis has had his struggles from time to time. And certainly even this season, although he's been better than he was before, I think that the Jackets certainly could have used the services of Jet Greaves a little bit earlier. And, of course, it's easier to say in hindsight, but I can tell you guys I did say that in talking to a number of people earlier on in the season, because whenever Greaves has come up, Greaves has given the team a chance to win, and he has been simply outstanding, worthy of his number one star in the entire National Hockey League last week, and he's already got a foot up on maybe being a double winner again this week.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Speak on this, Rims, because I talked about this earlier in the week, that when players are playing in front of a goaltender that they're confident in, it changes the way everybody plays the game of hockey. True or false?
True. In fact, I was marveling the other night They did not give a second opportunity in that hockey game. And hey, a couple of big saves in the third period by Greaves, but also understand the Jackets were doing a great job in front of the net. They were going that extra mile. And yes, they like the guy. Just look at the comments after these recent games and how much they appreciate his performance, how much they like him to be around. And I think it's a tale-telling story here, guys. Absolutely.
You know, Jeff Rimmer is with us for name dropping. I am just seeing a feed of Patrick Laine sauntering into the arena, and as the kids would say, he's dripping. He has got some kind of outfit on with a red beanie, but I am seeing that he's got 1 point this entire month, and we know that there was some stuff said earlier this season. We had you on here, Jeff, and we were kind of lighting Patrick up, and that was a moment where Zach Werenski came up, and not like he wasn't already the leader that you want him to be, but he stood up for his guys and some of the things that Laine said that weren't really up to snuff. But this is certainly something to watch for this storyline tonight if Patrick doesn't come through for his team as well.
Hasn't been coming through for much of the season. Got off to a great start. 15 of his 20 goals, and that's certainly nothing to shake a stick at, but 15 of the 20 have come on the power play. And he has looked a little disjointed. And again, even looking back to that Chicago game a couple of nights ago, he gets the puck on his stick and then can't control it. Reminiscent of how he played for the Blue Jackets and how he could have ever, earlier this season when he came to Columbus, kind of point fingers at the Blue Jackets as not caring. Totally unconscionable, in my opinion.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer. Let's do some name dropping, Rims. What do you got?
Well, I'm glad you've asked me, and my name today is none other than the commissioner of the National Hockey League, Mr. Gary Bettman, who I've got to know very well over these last several years. And I'm going to tip my hat to, and I think you guys will agree. In fact, I'd like your input. I'm going to tip my hat to Bettman, who gets booed every time he's around, even for the Ovechkin celebration. When he stepped out on the ice, he got the loud blues when he started his speech about Ovechkin. But fact of the matter is, this man has fought for NHL equality. And you look around the league, you have a situation here where the Blue Jackets going into game 82 for them. Last night, game 81, they're fighting for a playoff spot. Calgary gets eliminated in game 81 last night. St. Louis clinches a playoff spot. Minnesota clinch a playoff spot. The NHL under Bettman have wanted parity and have everybody given it a chance to make it to the postseason. This has been just a terrific season, not only here in Columbus, but around the National Hockey League, and a tip of the cap, certainly, to Gary Bettman. Do you guys agree?
I don't disagree, but in fairness to the fans, I mean, the commissioner is always going to get booed, no matter what sport it is, especially when you're the commissioner that was front and center with the longest work stoppage in the history of the NHL. People just don't forget about that.
True. But I'll tell you what, speaking of that work stoppage, there won't be one. In fact, I'll go out on a limb here right now, as well as saying months ago, the Jackets would make the playoffs. I'll say there'll be a collective bargaining agreement done by sometime, if not at the start, during the Stanley Cup Finals.
Rims, I will be texting you and bothering you during the Montreal game tonight. Just get ready for my text.
Please. And one more thing.
Yeah.
My good buddy, throw another name out there, Ken Rosenthal. He's already predicting a Major League Baseball shutdown when their collective bargaining agreement, I believe it's the end of next season, ends. So,
well, he's not the only one predicting that, especially if they're going to talk about salary caps, and that is almost a non-starter.
Right. But he's my buddy, Ken Rosenthal, and he's the insider on Fox and on or in The Athletic. So, yeah, I'll go by what he has to say.
Thank you, Rims.
Thanks, Jeff.
Take care, boys.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Back page coming up. Colin, Man, and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch for an accident that's on the right shoulder of southbound 71 on the north side between Polaris Parkway and 270. Police are on scene, adding to that delay. And we've got a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 70 on the east side between Miller Avenue and the 71 East Split. This report is sponsored by Murphy Tractor. Your job is demanding, so choose a partner who delivers more. At Murphy Tractor and Equipment, they provide John Deere equipment that sets the standard for reliability and performance. Visit murphytractor.com and take your job site to the next level. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
If your garage door is moodier than your emo teenager after a breakup, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
10 West Broad, Columbus. CordellCordell.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
We've all been there. You come home after a long day only to find water dripping from the ceiling. Your roof has decided it's had enough. And now frustration sets in. Another unexpected problem added to your never-ending to-do list. At Newman Roofing, we get it. That's why we make the process simple and stress-free, handling every detail with professionalism, so you don't have to worry and can get back to the things that matter most to you. So, how do you begin? Step 1. Schedule your free estimate by calling our office at 614-NEW-ROOF or visiting our website, newmanroofing.com. Step 2. Meet with one of our trusted representatives who will guide you through the best plan for your home. Step 3. We get to work, and you watch your roof transform before your very eyes. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, the Newman Roofing team is here to guide and support you every step of the way. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF to schedule your free estimate and experience the Newman Roofing difference. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. Normally Timmy hosts the Buckeye Show, but he's with me today. So it's Tito, Jeff Didoff, and Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you guys.
Hey, Tyvis.
Man, Timmy. You know, it's a big night for me.
Why?
Tito first.
Well, you know,
go ahead. You talk.
Hey, Tito.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Know,
you talk.
I'm doing things that I've never done before. I'm trying new things.
What are you trying tonight?
Tonight, I'm going to see the Columbus Fury play.
Oh, women's volleyball.
I have not seen them either. You'll have to let me know what you think.
I'm shocked.
I don't leave my house, Tyvis. You know that.
I didn't get invited.
Busy. Gabby Thomas could be on the Columbus Fury, and I'm not going to go.
If that's a lie, that is a lie. You be sitting
I'm not
there
allowed within 50 feet of her, buddy.
Well, you can
feet her be on the wood, all right.
You can. Doesn't take much to get him, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No,
and I
it
take
sure
special
doesn't.
pride in it.
Wow. Hi, Tito.
No, you know what? Forget it.
Tito's upset that he's not working with DeVere.
I thought DeVere, schedule says DeVere, Tim. I'm not saying it's your fault, but schedule said DeVere. And so I sent DeVere the show sheet. Tyvis has not received it yet. I show up. Tyvis there. I said, what are you doing here? I'm working with you. I said,
the walls of communication are just crashing down.
That's all right.
Tyvis officially whiter than me now. He's going to a pro volleyball match. Good for you.
So
and I know rap music more than he does.
You can't ask me what's coming up on the Buckeye show.
Because you have no idea.
Because it's news
By the way,
to me.
2 stories.
Yeah.
Right?
What are
Foul
they?
ball stories. 9 years old. I'm at Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Williamsburg. Which one's
Williamsport.
Williamsport. I'm there.
Little League World
We're
Series.
taking a trip as a family out to like Massachusetts to visit family. I had never caught a foul ball in my life. Listen to your show. Never caught a foul ball in my life. I'm out there at a Little League game in the big stadium where they do it. A ball gets hit in an area where there's no fans. I go sprinting out after it.
Sure you do.
Right? I'm 9.
You were sprinting?
You're fat. Anyway, another young lady is running also. She gets it first.
Are we talking kid?
Yeah, kid.
You said you're 9.
Right, I'm 9. She's probably 9 also. We're the same, whatever. Anyway, she gets it first.
She outran you.
Fat. I look at her, and I shake her hand like, polite, congratulations, you got the ball. She looks at me kind of funny and then throws the ball back. Because I guess in those games, you don't keep the ball. You just throw them back to the field.
You don't keep the ball?
No.
It's just a baseball.
It was like a Little League baseball game, regular season, not Little League World Series, just like a regular kind of game, you know, whatever, the Chipmunks against the Hoagies or whatever. And
you know what? Yeah, I feel like that is kind of standard practice for just a regular game.
I was so like running after it. She gets it, and I'm like,
pocket the
congratulations.
ball.
And she looks at it like I'm crazy and then throws it back.
And then at what point did she become your first wife?
Exactly. Speaking of first wife, at a Cardinals game with my 5-year-old son back in 2005, it would have been. First administration. Shut up, Patty. Anyway, at a Cardinals game at the Cardinals, I think they were playing, but anyway, Jim Edmonds hits a foul ball. I'm behind like home plate up kind of high. But I'm sitting next to my 5-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
The foul ball gets hit. Coming at us. What should I do?
What do you mean, what should you do? Protect the...
Catch it.
Exactly.
Protect.
You should.
Yeah.
I didn't. I turned the other way, away from my son.
Tried to get out of the picture.
Yeah, right. The ball lands in an empty seat right next to me. Edmonds hits a foul ball right next to me. I'm not protecting my son. Strike 1. The ball lands next to me because I'm shielding my face. So I'm worried about getting hit.
Why you didn't
You're not worried about the kid getting hit.
No, or I'm worried about me getting hit.
Why you didn't just try to barehand it?
Was it just a looping foul ball?
Was it
a
screamer?
rocket?
It was kind of a rocket. I feel like it was.
He's
Anyway, Bush Stadium,
pre-net
somebody
rocket.
in the seat between, like next to me, there's an empty seat, and then person there grabs the ball. So I could have caught that ball or protected my son. I did neither.
I guess you had to be there.
So both of these stories are about you being a loser.
Yes, they are.
All right. Just I want to make that clear.
I'm a bum fiddler at that point, yes.
And kind of a bad father as
awful
well.
father.
All
a
right.
bad human being.
I'm a bad father.
I'm not afraid to admit it.
240, huh?
Thanks for bringing down the show.
I am a lot lighter than you, and I told you that. My LinkedIn profile has changed. I am now lighter than a former NFL player.
What are you weighing?
I weigh 240. He weighs 255. Yes, I do. I weigh 240.
You're not the same height as Tyvis.
We're close.
No, we're not.
How tall are you, Tito?
You know what? Go back to back right now.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Let's go. Tap shoes.
Go back to back with Tyvis.
Right in front of the camera.
I
Front
want
and
to see
center.
the height.
Right in the middle there.
You're not close. Get out
Oh,
of
my
here.
God.
Take your hat off.
He is a full 3 inches taller than you.
All right. I will say Tito's taller than I thought. Tito's 6 feet tall.
Yes.
You're 6 feet tall,
lifts
right?
in your shoes.
He's wearing hocus.
I want you to start wearing lifts. I think it'd be a good move.
Do you have lifts?
At my
Prop
desk.
you up a little bit.
Do you really?
I have lifts that I bought on a lark.
Build that confidence.
A lark means a joke, or is that a website?
Short? Do I feel like I'm short? No, I'm short, Tyvis. I don't feel like I'm short.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
I know you wouldn't know.
You're
I
6 foot
I got
3.
it. Okay, wait. He's 6'3", 250-ish. More than 250, right? 252? What are
It's
you?
the way it's proportioned, though, Tito.
No, listen.
You look like you're 9 months pregnant.
Let me ask Tito, do I look like I'm 250? No, you look like you're 260. But Cardale says you're fat. That's something. Because Cardale's 300.
Has no room to talk
I'm just saying, though.
about that at all.
Okay. Tyvis, you know I'm on your team here. I think you're beautiful just the way you are.
I think so too, Tyvis.
I love it. I love the way it falls on you.
Okay.
Nope. Now I got Braxton trolling me on Twitter. That means it's the liquid diet is now.
Oh, here we go
Not
again.
Not tonight, because I ordered
chicken
some
sandwich.
loops
Of
that's
course
about
you
to
did,
come
yes.
here.
Loops is good
Liquid
stuff.
Albanese.
Don't listen to Braxton. Just type back. How's that throwing arm doing, champ?
No, don't do that to Braxton.
All right, what's coming up on the Buckeye Show, Tito?
Portal Open today. We'll talk about that a little bit. And we also have Travis Hunter saying he could play both ways. I want to know if Tyvis can name another Buckeye who could play both ways. Not Tyvis. He thinks he can, but he can't. And also, the Ohio State women got a big-time transfer today.
Buckeye Show, top of the hour, right here on The Fan.
Can I say it?
Yep.
Back show. Hit it.
No, back page, not back show.
It's a back show.
Page. Hit it.
The back page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Back show.
That's different. That's a much different thing.
All right, boys. We've got the Carolina Hurricanes and the Canadiens tonight. Here are my 5 favorite things about Raleigh.
Yes, we're all big Carolina
Here it
fans
is.
tonight.
You've got the proximity to the mountains and the ocean. I think
Very
that's
nice.
a wonderful thing about that town. Teddy likes to vacation to a lot of the beaches in Carolina. Quick drive down to Wilmington and other spots. Number 4, there's a very famous Krispy Kreme location at 559 Person Street. If you're ever there, please do check it out. The first one was actually in Winston-Salem, and this one came in 1938. It's got an iconic sign. It is outstanding. Number 3, they have the best state farmers market I have ever seen. Sarah and I visited that every single weekend. Gardening stuff, produce. They have a family restaurant and a fish fry at the top of the hill. Fried fish, fried shrimp, hush puppies.
Sarah, alive,
Outstanding
right?
spot.
Alive?
Yeah, alive
Okay,
and
good.
well. 2, the overall food scene. Carolina pulled pork. That's the whole hog style, slow roasted, vinegar-based sauce, not tomato sauce. You might top it with crispy coleslaw and Texas Pete hot sauce. You've got favorites like Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue and the Cookout chain. If you want maybe a nice sit-down barbecue joint, go to the Pit. And number 1, college basketball. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. The college basketball
Prime
scene.
time would love that.
Nice job on the back
it's
show.
the best.
Timmy,
Thank you, man.
that's the best back page I ever heard.
Thank you, man.
Or back show.
Back show. Hit
What a
it.
backside.
I don't know. I don't
Poor
know why I
Tito.
said that.
Oh, man. It's that age creeping in.
Is that what it is?
Age.
Thank God I'm thinner than you.
Buckeye Show. These two may kill each other during the show tonight,
Oh,
so
boy.
please listen. See you tomorrow.
It'll be a heavyweight fight.
Common Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to find slower traffic is causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And things are also slow on northbound 71 on the north side between Hudson Street and Morse Road. This report is sponsored by NJM Insurance. While some insurance companies use gimmicks to get your attention, NJM would rather focus on putting their policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com to learn more. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, living with chronic pain. It's like trying to get comfortable on a cactus sofa, walking on pins and needles. Nothing feels good. And forget trying to do the things you love and enjoy. Like the spring, it's getting warm, whether you want to golf, whether you want to hike, whether you want to bike, whether you want to play pickleball. You're just trying to get by. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter here. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. Finally, calm that debilitating joint pain in your knee just like I did. Maybe it's your hip, your shoulder, your back. Don't miss a beat, no surgery or long recovery. I'm done with getting cut on. With QC Kinetics, the science is solid. They give you your life back. A life healthier, free of harmful meds. That's the whole mission of QC Kinetics. You could be a candidate. So go to qckinetics.com/Columbus to find out how easy it is. They've got offices now in Canal and Grove City, so call 380-208-4544.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
It's Lindsay's one and only trade-a-thon.
We'll trade for anything. Plus, give you $1,000 more for your trade. Choose a 2025 Honda Ridgeline RTL or an all-wheel drive HR-V LX or a CR-V LX and pay just $299 a month. 3 models with one very low Lindsay price.
Trade up to the reliability of a new or certified Honda.
So lock in your price today. The one and only Lindsay Honda Trade-a-thon is back. See lindsayhonda.com for details.
Hey friends, Beamer here, 70 pounds down. Let that sink in. I'm officially 70 pounds down, all thanks to Awaken 180, and have transitioned smoothly into maintenance mode. This isn't just weight loss, this is life-changing stuff. I've dropped over 13% body fat, my visceral fat points are down by 8, and honestly, I feel like a completely new man. The coolest part, Awaken 180 just doesn't say congrats and then wave goodbye. They prepare you for maintenance, so now I get to reintroduce to myself foods that I love. Pizza, ice cream, very excited about all of that. My mindset's completely different though now. Do I crave junk food? Honestly, no. Can I eat those things now? Sure. Will I? Absolutely. But the difference is I no longer feel like I need them all the time. And Awaken 180's free support for life means that this weight's staying off. My body's now working for me instead of against me. I'm finally at my healthy baseline weight. I feel awesome. Change your mindset, change your life. Awaken 180 made it happen for me. And if it can happen for me, it can 100% happen for you. Check them out online at awaken180weightloss.com. awaken180weightloss.com.
I can't sleep.
What is it now?
It's the company. It's chaos.
What's chaos now?
The numbers, the expenses, the books. What if we get audited?
No one's going to audit you at 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
You could if you used Ramp.
Who said that?
I don't care because they're right. Go to sleep and sign up for Ramp in the morning, Jerry.
Ramp is the corporate card that handles all your tedious financial operations automatically, integrates directly with your ERP, and gives you complete control over every transaction. Ramp gives you everything you need for bulletproof books and a better night's sleep.
Wow, that is exactly what my company needs.
Yes, and exactly what I also need. Go to sleep, Jerry.
Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down.